Jay here, Stretford, Paddock, and this is... Oh, hang on a minute. Let me just sort that out. That's a great start, isn't it? I was going to say, this is Transfer Live. And with me, as always...
Hello, it's Joe Smith.
And also with us, as a treat, is Adam McCullough, because it's a special deadline day bonanza. It's a 2-hour special.
2-hour special!
We're here. We're staying here.
Oh, it's like, we're here.
We're going nowhere.
Get used to it. Yeah. Are we? Sort of, yeah. In a way, yeah. What we're going to be looking at today then, Jay?
Well, we're going to be talking about all the amazing transfers that Manchester United Football Club have done during this window. We're going to be talking about Van Der Beek, Tellez, Cavani,
Jadon Sancho.
Tellez, Cavani.
Where is Jadon Sancho?
Right, Maka, I've been asking you this, right, for weeks. Let me ask you this today. Now, with 2 hours left and 2 hours to go, are we getting Jadon Sancho?
I was 90% sure.
Right.
Now I'm about 80% sure. That is not coming.
Is it? Yeah.
But you know what, today, every time I've heard the words, Dembele to United is off.
Yeah.
Dembele to United is off.
Yeah.
I've used that as something to make me think, that means Sancho is coming, right? Because in my head, our club ain't Bellens. But realistically, our club is run by Bellens.
Yeah.
Which is why we leave it to the last day to get a man that has 1 year on his contract. And we would have been able to sign at any point if we forced it. We get him on the last day. We get a free signing a day before the last day. And he's not even officially confirmed yet.
Don't do this, Adam. Why do you have to rattle through all the negatives?
Because
I know, go on.
I just want Jadon Sancho.
I miss him.
I mean, that's what I mean. It feels like we've sold him.
I know.
Do we have to announce we've sold him? Do we have to put him on the outs?
Put him on the outs. We had him. It was right. Let's go back to like August the 1st when we saw that from Fabrizio Romano, where he said Manchester United, Jadon Sancho to Manchester United is now at an advanced stage.
Advanced.
If you go back to that day
stage.
and tell me in 2 months' time you're going to be stood next to two of the worst people you know saying that this deal isn't happening, I would have spat at you. And now
You spit at us every day.
here
John.
we are. It's happening. There was a suggestion, right? We've been looking at Dembele, we've been looking at Sarr, which could still potentially happen, although we wouldn't be able to play him in the Champions League if we signed him after tomorrow. We were looking at these players, and everyone, they all seem to be going, you're not having our player because you only want him for a year till Sancho comes. Like, it's almost as though it's assumed that we're going to go for Sancho again next summer. But this was last summer.
I don't think Sancho ever
We were
plays
stood here a
like
year
that.
ago saying,
Really?
oh, we
It's a
won't get him
bold
now,
statement.
we'll get him next summer.
I don't think he comes now.
Done, that's it already.
I think it goes to Liverpool,
Don't
Chelsea.
say
I don't. We probably won't even be in the Champions League next year.
Guys, do like the video as well. Make sure you hit like. And if you're not subscribing, please
Did
do
I accidentally just bring
subscribe.
some realism into this situation?
You did bring a bit of realism.
We're going to be going all the way through till, of course, the transfer window ends. We'll bring any details, any news that happens in that time. We'll go over everything that's happened so far as well.
In the super chat, the Francie Brady says Cavani can be signed next week. Let's pretend that didn't happen because he's a free agent.
Who was that?
I think someone just stood on a front.
Yeah. Yeah, so great. There's more sagas to go.
But Cavani can be signed till next week because he's free agent. But apparently, if we sign him after tomorrow, he can't be in our Champions League squad. Apparently.
You know who we should sign?
Who?
Ben Rama.
From West Brom.
Brentford, £25 million.
Oh, here you go.
Cheap as chips.
JD's got a good question.
We
here.
can sell Daniel James for £25 million. Get Ben Rama. We've already upgraded him.
JD says, can you lads please answer this? Why do we seem...
Somewhat.
Why do we seem... somewhat
I'll read,
competent
Jay.
academy level with our transfers? Who signs those off? Does Ed control academy level transfers too? Thanks.
I think what you'll find is with a lot of younger players, you can get those deals done where we'll play a mil this year, we'll play a mil next year, and if he becomes a first team player, we'll play another mil, and all this, that, and the other. So in those deals for younger players, you're able to break down the payments a lot easier. And like I've seen people getting mad saying this fella that we're signing in January, Gary Pellistri, he's 30 million euros. Why didn't we just chuck that at Sancho? And it's like, well, actually, we're probably not paying any of that 30 million euros right now. We're probably not even paying any of it in January. Like, these deals can be worked out with these clubs, especially when they're for younger players.
100%. You know, it's not that simple, is it? People keep saying, we've had a lot of tweets and people saying, oh, you know, like you said there, oh, we can do that, why can't we do this? But it's sort of different structures and whatnot. And You know how it works. Kieran Burrett in the super chat says Bruno was allegedly tearing strips off Maguire at half-time. Thoughts? Heard anything concrete?
What can we say about that?
We've only heard rumours, the same rumours everyone else has heard. I hope it's true.
Also in the super chat, Luke Gardner just tweeted that United have sounded off Poch. Ollie's to get the axe if results don't improve. Already briefing. F asterisk 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 Woodward.
What he said, Jay, was fuck Woodward.
Okay, thank you.
He paid for it.
I think as long as Poch even Sancho got Sancho on the brain, as long as Poch is available, there's always going to be rumours. There's always going to be that pressure on Ollie, especially when you've just been beaten as well. So I don't know. I don't know how.
I think if this 6-1 happens at any other time in the season and not on a day before deadline day, you get sacked.
Really?
I think that kind of result, when you're not a Sir Alex Ferguson or you're not a Klopp at Liverpool at the moment, it's a damning result.
It has to call into question the manager. Like I said, unless you are a legend or you've done things with that club that no other manager could do in 30 years. I think, like I said, if it was any time other than so early in the season, after a good season last year, not a great season, but a decent season, you would be at least hearing more sort of rumours and reports that they were looking elsewhere. But
because I know we don't want to talk about yesterday, but I don't want to talk about this.
Right, well, before this disappears, Adil Dicarte in the super chat says, can we go for Sancho in January like we did Bruno? We were supposed to get Bruno in the summer.
Transfer window opens in 2 months, by the way.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's mad, ain't it? You just said it there.
We'll start the counter again.
Yeah, can we do a counter till next transfer window?
We're all losing our minds, but it starts again very soon. Philip Burtonwood in the super chat says, the ship has sailed for Sancho. Forget next summer. 1, next summer his price will be even higher, and 2, there will be more competition
Hang on,
for him.
Philip.
Is Philip right? You agree with that?
I've just said the same thing.
Who was it? We were speaking to someone who, was it Konstantin Eckner, I think, from Germany, and he was saying next season he expects Chelsea could be in for him.
He's a Chelsea fan as well, apparently.
But you always hear that, don't you?
There's all signings ain't really done because of the fact the Championship have players we've been linked to: Brooks, Buendia, Sarr, Benrahma.
We've not been linked with him, though, have we?
We have by me. Can we make it a thing, guys? Let us know.
Should we get it trending? And then that'll force the board to act, and it'll happen. That's how things work. Talk about Romero. People are saying, well, someone said. Free Romero, someone was messaging a minute ago as well. I don't know if you've seen this. Have we all seen this? Romero's missus has waded in on social media and said, you know, he's been here for years. He's been brilliant. He's won trophies. The last trophy he won was down to him.
You know what you never see? You never see, like, Roger Federer's missus tweeting about...
Is that because he's won 18 Grand Slams and he don't need to?
Or you never see...
Who should be tweeting?
LeBron James's missus tweeting people.
At umpire.
Umpire, yeah.
What the fuck?
Saying, Lakers,
won
that
18.
was shit.
That's because he's been in 10 NBA finals, 9 out of 10, isn't it?
I mean, you see that, but does she have a right to be annoyed?
I think United should just let him go.
Really?
Simple as that.
Well, the talk can go to Everton, and me and Joe were talking about this earlier. Would you not be concerned that he goes to Everton, that strengthens them in a position they need strengthening, and there's a feasible possibility where they could finish 4th and we finish 5th? And Sergio Romero is the difference between those two places.
If we're worried about that, then there's bigger problems.
Well, there is bigger problems.
You know what I mean? If we're that worried about that, if we don't want a player, but we're not going to sell you to Everton.
We've got to be realistic.
Yeah, come on.
Everton.
At some point, though, you have to draw the line. Like, maybe Chelsea, maybe, City, but what? Like, if we're not selling players to Everton...
If we cared about strengthening Everton...
Romero is the only difference between us and Everton, there's much bigger problems at play.
If we cared about strengthening Everton, we wouldn't have let him get a better manager than us.
Are you actually claiming that three-time Champions League winner Carlo Ancelotti is better than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
He's won it twice as a manager and twice as a player.
How many titles in Norway has Carlo Ancelotti won? None.
Answer that.
Grip of your fucking life.
How many goals has Ancelotti scored in the Premier League? 0.
This season.
Aaron Quinn in the super chat says...
Adam's being sexy, someone said. Or is that sexist? Sexist.
Well, let's pretend it says sexy.
You've read sexy because you're a big sexist.
Are we doing any domestic deals before that deadline is done, or once deadline day is finished? Will that be it? Surely there's deals for right wing and CDM.
Right. I mean, like we said, the idea of getting Sarr from Watford has been one that's been talked about a lot. Then
Jay wants him.
Yeah.
I do. I want that. I think he's a great player. Scored 2 goals against Scousers. What else do you need to know about him? That's literally it.
You've judged everyone we've been linked with on how they perform against Liverpool. Have you noticed that?
Flops against the Scousers. Zah, give him the deal. Give him the contract. Marcus says in the super chat, surely if we can win a game after the final whistle, then we can get Sancho after the transfer deadline. You never know.
That's the sort of confidence I like.
Yeah, we can do anything at Manchester United. What was it Edward Wood said? We can do things in the transfer market other teams can only dream of.
What clubs do you think have dreamt of this, Jay?
None.
Stretford, Paddock FC.
Sure, don't. Can we have one video in this absolute horror show?
So, in terms of
doesn't
Romero
mention
then,
that?
let's not talk about him in, like, whether we're strengthening Everton or not.
Oh,
Who
Forget
the
about
fuck is Luke Gardner?
Forget about
Right.
that. Let's talk about instead,
Fuck.
do we miss him? Do we still need him at United? Are we bothered that he's left Man United? Not who cares about Everton? Are you bothered that he's left Man United?
Who?
Sergio
Romero.
He hasn't left Man United.
No, would you be if he went?
No.
He's third choice.
His third choice goalkeeper because he's not good enough to be our number one.
You think
He was never been good enough to be our number one. If David De Gea left and Romero was our number one, we would have all been saying, shit, we need a new goalkeeper. Like, he was a great backup goalkeeper, but so was Raymond van der Haar.
Yeah.
Like, let's get over this.
Ben Foster.
We fall in love with people too easy. I'm the same. I
You're
need to
the
man
same.
up a little bit.
You fall in love with
Stop
me
being
though,
so
haven't you?
soft.
You're very close to me all the time.
Stop being we're so soft.
It's almost
We're
like
so, people feel sorry for Phil Jones and that.
Yeah.
It's like, bruv, this is a real life business. Football is ruthless. Football is ruthless. When I was a kid,
Do you want to swap seats?
And I
Because you're
failed
right
my-
off
no, he
here.
doesn't.
and I was
Staying
playing
there.
for Birmingham District, and I went on
Here
trials
we
to
go.
Aston Villa, and I never got played. It was ruthless.
And what
Fuck off,
happened?
you shit.
You got roofed.
Why don't people do this anymore? You
I
shit,
agree.
mate. Fuck off.
I agree.
God,
But that's not up to his girlfriend to say
you
that,
done?
though, is it?
no.
Yeah, Sash.
Do you want to swap?
In the super chat says United have signed young, promising signings, but who are the experienced world-class players for them to look up to? Class of '92 had Keane, Cantona, Bruce, Michael Irwin, Bruce Sharpenings, etc. that mentored and helped them.
Joe
They
doesn't
did.
want me to hug him.
We
I
do
don't
like
know.
leaders,
Joe,
don't we?
Joe doesn't want me to hug him because he thinks I got a Rona.
It's also because you're sort of like right on top of me here.
Why can't I be?
Because it don't look good, does it? Get on the left.
In the chat, get involved in the
Right
comments,
wing.
guys. Hit like as well if you're watching. Obviously, if you're not watching, you'll be able to hit like. So that was a silly thing to say. Hit like.
Ayush says I'm on something. I am.
He's just high on the joys of the signings that Manchester United have
And
made.
a good reef.
Should we go through a couple of signings that we actually have made?
Go on.
Should we start off with Alex Tellez, who's been confirmed tonight? We'll go back even further at some point and have a look at Van Der Beek, but for now, let's start with Alex Tellez. And before that, like the video, please. Let's get to 4,000 likes.
If we don't
What a
get
bold
4,000 likes, Joe doesn't get to eat tonight.
Yeah. Each like for every like you give,
It's a
we'll
grain of
put
rice.
800
If
grand
we get
towards
to 4,000 likes,
Jadon
right,
Sancho.
Joe's going to have a haircut like mine.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Not on my head, but
Well, I never
my
cut
bollocks.
I
My
never
bollocks
cut- I
are
never
like
cut my hair,
that.
so
Yeah, let's start with Alex Tellez then. Me and Adam went to Old Trafford before. We announced the signing.
Me and Adam went
Well,
to
you
Old
were
Trafford.
Adam and
loitering
I.
around here. Adam and I went to Old Trafford.
Oh,
Earlier
and
on.
producer Cam went as well.
Adam,
so peaceful.
producer Cam and I went to Old Trafford before we announced Alex Tellez. He's since been announced by Manchester United officially. What do you think to that deal, Jay? Do you think that's a good signing? Do you think, maybe he wasn't first choice? We saw Reguilon, we saw what happened with that in Tottenham and Real Madrid. Are you happy with the Alex Tellez signing?
I'm happy we got him because I think, if anything, the 6-1 against Spurs, I know we weren't going to speak about it, but can't help myself, I'm sorry, reminded us that there's massive question marks about Luke Shaw. Don't know a lot about Tellez, I know his stats. I'm not going to pretend I've been watching the Portuguese league because I haven't. But was it 13 goals last season, 11 goals in the league, 8 assists? He's obviously a very good attacking sort of wing back. We need someone like that. The style that Ollie is trying to play calls for that. And I don't think we're getting that from Luke Shaw. Brandon Williams is probably a season away from being where we want him to be. So I'm all for it, yeah, absolutely.
And you? Your thoughts?
Very good signing. I don't think Luke Shaw is good enough going forward. I think defensively sometimes is okay. I don't think Alex Tellez comes in and improves our defensive issues that we clearly have. I think our defensive issues are down to leadership, guidance, drills, coaching, tactics. It's down to all those things on the training pitch that need to be sorted out. We need a leader in that defence. We haven't got one. We've got someone that wears an armband, but he's not a leader in defence. We need better fullback at left back. We need Aaron Wan-Bissaka to improve in certain areas, yes. But those things happening still leave us with the same issues that we are unorganised at the back. So Alex Telles coming in isn't going to automatically fix that organisation. But what it does is it gives us an improvement on Luke Shaw, especially for those games when we're at Old Trafford. For example, I know we're at Old Trafford the last 2 home games and we've lost, but usually when we're at Old Trafford, we enjoy 60-65% of the possession. We keep teams pegged back. And there's been so many occasions where you'll see Luke Shaw get on the ball and cut it back or do something, whereas Alex Telles, I think, gives us a different option. Logan's come in with a super chat and says, we have a £35 million net spend. Now, I want to make a point.
Go on.
If you include Bruno Fernandes into that, it's 75 million. We also had around a 70 million net spend last year. We also had around a 70 million net spend the year before, I believe.
Isn't our net spend a bit higher than that, though? If it's 40 for Van Der Beek...
It wasn't 40 for Van Der Beek, though.
Oh, what was it?
It was like 35.
Okay, well, 35 for Van Der Beek. What is it, 15 or 10 for Telles?
13.9.
Yeah, so that's 50-50-ish. And then there's another sort of 25 million for this right winger from...
But that's not going out today.
No, but net spend is judged on the transfer window you make the signing, not when the bank statements have transferred.
Just quickly, Seamus Williams in the super chat says, "Who needs Sancho when Chong will rip it up in Germany? Come back like a man possessed."
Maybe we can make Chong look good in Germany, and then say to Dortmund, "We've got your replacement ready. You want him?"
Do you want to do a straight swap? Imagine we got a straight swap, Chong for Sancho next year.
Hang on a minute.
What's
up with Adam these days? Dude looks super grumpy. He's been jovial.
First off, I'm a Man United fan.
He's been grumpy for about 8 years.
Yeah.
I don't think he has.
We've been shit for 8 years.
It's like he puts it on. He acts all grumpy. But he's not.
Ask these like without me.
All he wants is just to invade some personal space. That's all he
wants. I like the way this is going.
They'd be depressed without me.
Don't forget to hit like as well, whether you think Adam's grumpy or not. Get involved in the chat as well. Adam, great point. Joseph is saying.
Thanks, Mum.
We don't need a right wing. We need a centre back, says Joshua Chong.
We do need a right wing.
Wonder if he's any relation to
if you think we need a centre back, that's one thing, and I also think we need a centre back. You can't say we don't need a right wing. We don't have any natural right wingers in the squad. You can't say we don't need one. That's just not. What?
No, nothing.
You're all right.
Romano, you checking the tweets?
Romano tweeted, but it was about Lucas Touré. Motherfuckers, Arsenal got Thomas Partey.
Also in the super chat, Nikhil Z says, with no one on the right wing, will we change our system to 5-3-2 with Rashford and Martial?
We've seen a bit of that, haven't we, last season? We saw it in a couple of the big matches. Sometimes to a good effect, sometimes not to good effect. We were 5 at the back when we were conceded against Brighton the other day. I'd not obviously playing that formation 60 minutes in isn't the same as starting it. I don't think that Ollie has plans to do it straight away.
Hold on.
Are you going to read that?
Hold on.
Are you going to read that?
How is a motherfucking filthy fella a go-to guy for in the know transfer news? He's not. Look, Sam through the super chat has said Harry Pinheiro has just said that Sancho isn't signing.
Well, that's that then. That's done.
Yo, I love HP. He's got the sauce, but he's not the sauce. He might know Jadon Sancho. Come
on though. Is it not safe to say with an hour and 40 minutes to go? Anyone can be tweeting that now. Come on.
It's not certain. It's not certain. Who knows?
The fucking water is coming into the Titanic, and we're still going. Yeah, we'll be all right. It's still going to be okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm still playing.
I'm going to wake up tomorrow, just check, just in case. Did he sign?
Did we say?
I know we did a video last night, but maybe I was drunk or
maybe it didn't happen.
Malnourished.
Get involved in the chats, and also don't forget to hit like. Right, Alex Telles, we're all happy about that one.
Yes.
How much out of 10, Jay?
7.
Yes, we said 7 as well. 7 out of 10 for Alex Telles. Yeah.
I can't be overly excited about a player I've never seen, but I'm happy with.
Just before we move on, I was doing a little research on it before. Saw some comments on Reddit that I then did a little research on.
Yay!
What?
Announcement from Manchester United. We have reached an agreement with Atalanta for the future transfer of Ahmad Diallo. Is this Traore?
Yes.
Yeah. Ahmad Diallo Traore, subject to a medical, personal terms, and a work permit. Atalanta turning out these younger players.
Confirmed.
It is confirmed.
Read that. Read what we've got.
Manchester United have reached an agreement with Atalanta for the future transfer of Ahmad Diallo. I don't care if it's Mohamed Ahmad Traore. One of the most exciting young prospects in Italian football, the 18-year-old Ivorian right winger, has been on the radar of United scouts since. Don't lie to us, bro. He hasn't been on your scouting list since 2016. Stop pretending. You saw him yesterday on YouTube and thought, fuck me, we need to sign a right winger. And the club have been tracking his progress since. Diallo scored on his Serie A debut in the first of 3 first-team appearances last season after rising through the youth ranks at Atalanta. He will join United at a later date, subject to medical, personal terms and work permit. The move follows the capture of Brazil fullback Alex Telles from Porto earlier in the day.
And he's been given the full graphics page post thing, hasn't he? It's a full-on. It's not just him holding a little contract. That's a first-team signing, if you ask me.
Just quickly, Sonny Essex says, Chong needs to take that muff off his head to play well. When he played at United, he was too busy controlling his hair rather than the ball. That's not really true.
He's got a muff on his head.
What do you think to the fact that
bastard.
the money we're looking at here is around 30 million euros reported, maybe 25 with some add-ons? Again, I know it's just early signs, but the youth team players that we've signed of a similar age, you see them in front of the little background with the Man United badge on, smiling with a picture. This is full graphic, full post on the page. This is more like he's going to be going into that first team squad kind of sign, isn't it? What do you make of that, someone of that age?
I mean, yeah, it seems like a positive move, and I'm all for signing youngsters. I think the problem I've got with this is, they've spun it. He's had 3 appearances. What has he played? 24 minutes in Serie A. So he sounds like he's had a good 24 minutes, or whatever it is, but let's not kid ourselves. And secondly, we've been talking about the pressure that Ollie's under, and this guy's coming in January? He's only 18. He's probably going to be a few years away from being ready for the first team.
Yeah.
Does that help Ole Gunnar Solskjaer really and truly? Is he even going to be around?
This feels like a deal to me that we've kind of maybe had in the pipelines
Since 2016.
And we've just thought, we need, they probably could have done this deal in a month's time.
Yeah.
And they've thought, if we do it today, at least it looks like we've signed someone this summer.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Well, when you read that out, it sounded like, comes on the back of a Brazilian signing as well. It's like
it feels like to me like
Brazilian
they've always intended on signing this geezer. And if we just announce it now, fuck it, we've put an announcement out there.
We've signed a right winger, here he is, even though it's not till January, which it never was going to be. Yeah, maybe they've just done it that way.
Ramon, Samsung over Apple all day, bruv.
Oh, God.
Someone getting involved in it. I don't agree with
stop
Samsung over Apple conversation.
Stop being a sheep and just following all these Steve Jobs motherfuckers to the Apple.
I believe you're about to move on to one of our other signings, were you, Jay?
Yes, I was going to move on to our other signings. Maka mentioned him earlier. The one player that we have signed who has played for us so far.
Joe looks vegan, says Grant.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
I do look a little bit vegan, but I'm not.
Okay, fair.
Jay?
Donnie Van Der Beek.
Yes. Donnie Van Der Beek signing's been a weird one, hasn't it? Like, it was quite a big sign. It happened so quickly, uncharacteristically quick for Man United. He's come in, he's looked good every time he's played, and yet he can't get a start in the Premier League. Why do you think that is? Why do we think do you think it's just because Paul Pogba's such a big name and is such a big player for Man United and has been for many years that he doesn't feel like dropping him when he's been consistently poor in that position? And we've got Van Der Beek, who's looked really good every time he's played, can't start ahead of him. I
don't know. I think maybe Ollie was thinking, what I'll do is I'll bring him in gradually over like a first month or so, first few games, get him used to the Premier League. But it's backfired massively because Paul Pogba looks knackered. Bruno, there's rumours that he's not happy or he wasn't happy the other day and he had a fight with Harry Maguire. I don't know how true that is, but either way, he's not looked himself.
Should have boxed him up, by the way.
That's a different story.
Getting boxed.
Should have boxed him up.
That would
have helped the situation at Manchester United.
Getting boxed.
Have you seen that video? Have you seen that video of that coach just slapping everyone in the dressing room?
Yeah.
Bruno did that. That's why he never came back out. Trust me, bro.
Because his hand was hurting.
He went round to the defensive side of the dressing room and just went, "Pinchot, mother bitch."
No, I think he was like one and then back and then one and then back. Proper bit of flair to it.
Aaron Quinn in the super chat saying has to start against Newcastle. Should shake the team now after that performance.
Yeah.
I think we have to change the team round. There's no denying that that performance was abject at best. But I've been impressed with Donnie Van Der Beek. I've seen. Not been impressed with his agent as much.
No.
He was just already spitting his dummy out after 3 weeks or whatever it is.
It was less than that. It was before the Tottenham game.
What's this?
Guys watching South Park.
Oh,
Don't forget to bring a towel.
Junior South Park references.
Just inside South Park jokes. If you haven't seen it, then go on.
Did you see that one about love? Why, Joe? Why are you being so serious?
I'm not being. What do you mean being so serious?
To be fair with me, he's trying to actually have a conversation about Manchester United transfers, which is
no,
kind
because
of
the
idea of this show. And we have got another hour and 34
Go on,
minutes.
Then what?
It is a good idea.
Like a big man, Jim White or something.
Say it then.
Like, what?
Go on, then say
what?
it. Say it.
What?
What are you trying to say, mate?
What? Oh.
Trying to act like a what?
It's professional. We're not professionals.
I'm not being professional. I just don't want you to lay on me.
You sent Steve over the edge before by telling him some more Jim White. Now you're going to send him over the expert, tell him to be left
Flip
in
the
my...
table like that.
You're going to be determined to
I
get rid
didn't
of
make
everyone.
Steve crack.
You're going to be the last man
Listen.
standing on this channel.
Listen.
We're all going to be broken, man.
I was the first man standing, I'll be the last man
That's what
standing.
That's what he's trying to do.
I will go down when this motherfucker burns. But listen, I never made Steve crack.
No, I know.
Steve cracked himself. Listen, everyone tweet Steve and say, we hope you're feeling a little bit better. Have a wank. Take some pressure off.
Ask him what time the bins need putting out as well. People in the chat, get involved and give us a like as well. Do give us a like, give us a chat as well.
Can we give the armband to Bruno, please?
I think Marcus has the armband.
No.
I'm putting out there.
No.
Why not?
No.
Why?
I need a bastard to have it.
Marcus can be a bastard. He
Rashford's
throws
nice.
defenders around like ragdolls, mate.
Rashford's
Don't
a
get
good
it twisted.
boy. I love
He's
Rashford.
from Wivenshaw.
He's a good
Ends,
boy.
mate.
But
Just because he feeds kids doesn't mean he can't twat someone when he needs to. Do you know what I mean?
What about this idea that Maguire got the captaincy too soon? Are you just doing the same with Bruno?
Did I not say that?
You don't think that?
Remember when he got the armband, bro? Like,
I mean, there's two things I can't...
Talk to me.
I can't
What
say
did you
about
say,
you. One
Sam?
is I can't say you don't like Andy Martial, and two is I can't say you do like Harry Maguire.
no, I do like Harry Maguire.
You've
I wanted
ran
us to
more or
sign
less a
him.
campaign
you
about
didn't
how
want
he's
us to be captain, though?
overrated.
No, I said it was too early to
Yeah.
make him captain.
But I mean, if you're saying the same about Bruno, though.
But it's just
Oh,
because
yeah,
I like
no,
Bruno's
no,
a
no, no,
bastard.
no, no, no.
Right.
I know you like him. You've met him and you get on with him. But you've not exactly
good.
been complimentary about him, have you?
As a
Manchester
footballer,
United
no,
defender.
but what? I can't
Defender.
lie.
That's
can
my
I?
point.
Do I say Jesse Lingard should start?
Yeah.
But me and Jess are mates.
Well, I think
Innit?
that,
I hope so,
He
Jess.
comes
Yeah,
on
you
full
are,
time.
you are.
doesn't
Me,
he?
me and you are mates, right, Jess?
You are.
So
Has he
I
been
don't-
messaging you back?
I don't ever say, oh, Jesse should start.
Why not?
I'll be a little bit
See, that's
biased.
the problem with
towards
Manchester United. No fucking loyalty. Why not? Is your mate? Yes, he should start.
You
Yes, he
still
should
think
be
Brian
captain.
Robson should start, though, don't
Of
you?
course he
Jay?
should.
Why Brian Robson never picked
you. I broke
anymore?
his heart today.
Why?
Brian Robson follows me in that.
But you'll follow him to the end of the earth,
I
won't
would.
you?
I would.
Or the edge of the earth.
If we signed Brian Robson on today and made him captain, I'd be
No,
fully
player
behind that.
manager.
Player manager.
Player
Sorry,
manager.
Ollie, but I'm all about that. Listen, he kept West Brom up when they were fucking bottom on
Ian
Christmas
says,
Day.
keep it down, otherwise Howson will walk off.
Oh no, I'm not. I don't know what that means. You're gonna have to read this one.
But Benchwood.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah.
Everyone loves it that I say that.
What
Like,
is it?
you know what it means. It's a swear, isn't it?
All right. I just don't know. I didn't know how sort of graphic.
Basically,
it was.
I'm just
because
reaching
you're
out
saying it all the time.
to all
doesn't
the
mean
brown
anything to me.
folks at home, and I know some of the white and black folks know what it means as well because they'll have Asian friends and they'll find out. So it's just for you, like little nuggets just chucked in there, little bonus, you know.
Easter eggs.
Like that's what they call it, isn't it? Easter egg.
Filthy little Easter egg, this one, though, isn't it?
Little brown Easter egg.
See,
All
that's
these
what you get on this channel.
Not like the normal Easter eggs.
Took a turn for the worse.
You and your weird green Easter eggs.
Reports that United have made contact with, they haven't.
Yeah, there's a few people in the
That
chat
happened.
saying about Pochettino.
Yes.
As you said, are we really going to change the manager on deadline day or the day after deadline day? Is that really a thing?
You would hope not.
I mean, I know this is Manchester United and we are completely incompetent on all levels, but it does seem, even by our standards, a little bit ridiculous.
But we are Manchester United and we
Conor
do
Farrell
what we
says
want.
Adam
That's
McCullough
true.
is the voice of the people.
Yeah, it is. Even if nothing else, that's a bit of a stitch up on Posh as well, isn't it? Oh, do you want to come in and here's all the transfers that this other guy's just made and now doesn't have a chance to even speak to him?
And
That
he
doesn't seem
said
fair.
if Poch comes in, he's not going to watch United anymore.
Really?
That's how strongly he felt about it.
What does he feel strongly about? That we don't get a good manager?
Listen,
Look, I'm not saying sack Ollie, by the way, because
No.
I think he earned time
But
last
I-
year.
go
But
on, I'll let you finish.
to be as naive as to think, I'm not saying. We're
don't
talking
know,
about
man.
transfers. Talking about transfers.
We've got an hour and a half till the window closes. You've got
Yeah,
plenty
you
of time
can
to
talk
discuss other Man United business.
Yeah, but I'm not going to kick the man when he's down, man.
What?
Very-
Ollie?
very
He just
noble.
lost 6-1, bruv. Bro, do I need to tell him that he's got problems?
No.
Do I need to tell him our defence is shit?
No.
Everyone can see our defence is shit, bruv.
And he
Coach
can
that
see
shit.
it.
Fix that shit.
Yeah.
That's where the
true.
pressure is. We never lost against Spurs and Palace because we had a shit transfer window and Ed Woodward's a prick. Those things are true. Those things are facts. We had a shit transfer window. Ed Woodward's a prick. No, they don't care about the success of Manchester United as a football team, only about on the balance sheet. But should have fucking beat Spurs.
This is a good question. Not the first bit. On a serious note, Steve, okay, it's perfectly fine. Also, why won't anyone tweet Sancho
I
is
said
dead?
this to you
It's
before,
killing
didn't I?
me
Me
because I
too.
keep thinking it's possible.
Because
Now,
Fabrizio
you've been saying
Romano
that.
came out a minute ago or half an hour ago and said Dembele to Manchester United isn't happening. Fair enough, it's not happening. We fucked it up. Whatever. They wanted a full transfer. We wanted a loan. sometimes you can't agree. No one dares come out and say that the Sancho deal's dead. I know there's only an hour and a half left. I know it's stupid to even conceive of such a notion that Jadon Sancho would still join Man United at this time. But why is no one saying it? Someone's got to know something.
There's an hour and a half.
Someone, please.
Of the transfer window
Someone's got to know something.
Check your email,
man,
apparently.
This geezer's
Also,
using his super chat to make me check email.
welcome to the academy. Welcome.
Check your emails.
Check your emails.
For God's sake.
Your dad's fuming.
Your room is filthy.
No, it's Steve sent me my P45.
Yeah. Think you're funny.
I'll send him his back.
Yeah.
So what happens
This
when
is
you're in a
going to get
partnership,
messy.
you just sack each
This
other.
could be the last show we're on for a little while.
Sack each other off.
You two can sack each other off as well.
I'd love to.
Do you want to do it?
I've been trying to.
Who says we haven't already? Christopher Belchin in the super chat says, get this trending on Twitter. Let's start again.
Come on, Jay.
Get this trending on Twitter, please. Hashtag Glazers out, Woodward out. Now, I'll say something about this. We've done this loads of times. We retweeted this. Always support all these sort of Glazers out movements. It doesn't seem to have the effect we want. I'm not saying there shouldn't be some sort of campaign or effort to get rid of the Glazers. I hate them, the parasites. But it just doesn't work, that stuff. It doesn't. I'm sorry, but I've seen it now for the last however long Twitter's been going for. And while we'll always support it, and I've retweeted it loads of times, and we've done it ourselves, it
I'll
just
tweet
doesn't
fuck
have
the
effect.
Glazers, but I won't tweet hashtag Glazers out, we'll do that. Because, well, I will, but I'll tweet it knowing this ain't going to do nothing. Like, it's not. We need a plan, a proper plan. And that ain't it. But I'm not telling people not to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not telling people not to voice your opinion. I'm not telling people to bombard every United tweet and post with your discontent at what's happening, because you're bang on. You are right to be angry. You are right to be pissed off about the direction of this club and the way we're going and the running of the club. But sometimes we have to be realistic about what is going on as well. So...
No, sorry,
yeah, no, that's it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
And obviously, our platform is your platform. My platform is your platform. People like to criticize us and say, oh, we don't do this, we don't do that, you don't do this, you don't do that. But the facts are, if you just do a simple search on the page, on the YouTube channel, on anything, you will see the amount of content that we've done against the Glazers, talking about the Glazers. Now, bruv, I'm happy to make a video or do a tweet that will get retweeted thousands of times. That's benefiting me more than the actual cause. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to be this guy that's going to be jumping out saying, right, I'm going to be the man, we're going to get everyone to... Bruv, you're not going to be that man. It's not going to happen how you expect it to happen. It's not going to happen.
I've got loads of super chats coming in.
Keep on. Fuck the Glazers.
Fuck the
For
Glazers.
life.
Great message. I'm just going to go through some of these. The Francine Brady.
In the
Poch
pudding.
is medium at best. He's slightly improved his last two teams and doesn't think winning is great. Doesn't think winning is important. Great work, lads. Messi SSH says Sancho fiasco will turn as a blessing in disguise. Ole does better under low pressure. Missing Sancho reduces the pressure on Ole to deliver. I'm not sure if it does. Stephen S says, can we please make sure that our fax machines are working? I don't want to hear about fax machines.
Well, there's almost a faxy issue with
Or
Chris Smalling.
paperwork not getting sent. We need director of
Look
football.
at Clam's comment.
Someone else. Umang says, we were poor because of lack of signings. Spurs started out poorly.
Isn't he that striker that plays for Arsenal?
Made quick signings that lifted the team, and then they look very good now.
His lack of goals, so.
Someone else says, Tuanzebe going to feel like a new... Sorry, Aaron says, Tuanzebe going to feel like a new signing.
Oh, yes.
Must be rubbing his hands coming back or not much competition for centre-back. Who's going to be our signing of the season? And even better...
Hey, who else is going to feel like a new signing? Ian Henderson.
Even better, I've got one mate.
Free signing.
Hijinks Pizza says, don't worry, we still have Dan James.
Oh, these are the best. This is what Woodward wants. Dan James will be like a new signing. Tuanzebe will be like a new signing. Dean Henderson will be like a new signing.
So I'll tell you what would be like a new signing. A fucking new signing!
Say it louder, son.
Speaking of new signings, we've got a poll on our Twitter.
Go on.
Will Man United sign anyone before the deadline? You can vote on there. Yes, we will. No chance, not sure. Currently, yes, we will. 21%. No chance, 64%. And not sure, 14%.
Why are you even voting if you're not sure?
14%.
Why?
Aren't you agnostic?
You literally could have did it, do.
I'm not sure.
Some
Kick him in his miserable gooch.
Siddharth
someone
Shetty
said.
says, do you guys not think people are overreacting about the start we've had this season? People are acting as if we can't turn this around.
Smarat Parichia, thank you for joining Stretford Paddock. We're not overreacting, no, because we conceded 11 goals, scored 3 against 3 teams and lost our first 2 home games in a league campaign for the first time ever.
That's bad. When you said it like
Involved. and like the video as well. Thomas Jenkins says 750 million United fans. Let's buy the club. Don't buy a new shirt and put 60 quid to have a show in the club. Let's
Just buy Nigeria shirts. They're so good.
Won't work. Also, Archie Darrell says because of this, Sancho will never sign for United.
I heard there's close to 10,000 people watching, over 9,000 people watching. So what I want everyone to do that is at home at the moment, I want you to click that like button. I want you to click that subscribe button, because we know from the stats then that 40% of you don't subscribe. So you watch, you might search us in the bar and just check what's going on, but you don't subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, bruv. What are you waiting for? Or sis, or whatever you want to be called. Hit that subscribe button. Get on it!
Devin Kidd says, referencing your vid you guys posted earlier, Tellez is or will be Brazil's first choice left back. Quality signing.
When he says is or will be, how do we know that? Or do you mean just you think he will be, or
I'm guessing he thinks. I don't think he's got any.
Is Alexandro knocking about in
How
that
many
discussion
caps
as well?
has he got?
He's got one.
I don't mind when South American players don't play for their team.
No, because
like you got to go on a mission, bro.
and especially Brazil.
Marcus Rojo played for Argentina, didn't stop him being shit.
That's a good
Pereira
point.
played for Brazil. There's a subscribe link in the chat as well.
Brazil
so subscribe.
play some mad players as well, don't they? Do you remember they were playing
Fred.
Joe when he was like 47?
Oh, Joe and Fred.
Yeah.
Fucking, they always have a random striker
love
with a
it.
random name.
They
Alan,
love it, yeah.
Barry.
Gaz.
Malcolm.
Dean. Just Dean. Darren up front. Craig. Yeah, they love it. They love it.
Joe, a few of them names were piss takes, but a couple of them were true.
Some of them are really. Who knows? And
Fred,
who knows?
Joe.
Adrian was another one.
Adrian! Alison. Where the fuck that girl come from?
Yeah. And she's good though, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
She's one of the best goalers in the world.
She's even crossed over.
Yeah, she's perfect.
Won the Premier League for Liverpool. Men, she is.
Lots of people talk. I'm not even going to get into that. Traore coming in January. Yes, he is, isn't he? We've discussed that. You read the thing out, apparently.
Yeah. He's coming in January.
He's coming in January. So all will be saved in January. Don't worry, this 18-year-old lad's going to save us.
Although, like you said, like you did mention before, that's like 2.5 months. It's not that long, is it? Like, January's...
I think
it's not August to January. We're in October
I think
already.
the bigger issue is, like, when he comes in January, I don't expect him to be anywhere near the first team.
But for that kind of money, he's got to be somewhere near
Might
it.
be wrong.
We've been heavily investing in the academy. Go on, Jay.
But we've been heavily investing in that kind of 1 to sort of 5 million after add-ons kind of category. If we're spending 30 million euros after add-ons on someone, and they're not even in the first team squad, that's not right. He's got to be close.
What if Daniel James is leaving in January?
No.
Daniel James can leave up until
Now.
the
Can leave
16th,
now if he
can't he?
wants.
Yeah, he can. If he's going back to the Championship, which Leeds seemed to be the biggest link, didn't it?
They're not in the Championship, bro.
Should we have a little bit of a talk? No, exactly, that's what I'm saying, so probably not. Should we have a talk about Edinson Cavani?
He's not here yet, so we
We've
can't.
not mentioned him.
Are we allowed to?
Going to be the next one on the list, isn't he? According to Fabrizio
Well, he has to
Romano.
be because we're running out of other options.
Yes.
Hold on. If Cavani doesn't get announced by the end of this show, do we just have to keep rolling?
See me rolling.
We go till Cavani's holding that shirt up.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
We're here. We're staying here, son.
We're here.
We're going nowhere, son.
Talk us through Cavani then.
So, Cavani, Edinson Cavani, 33-year-old Uruguayan, was a free agent. Now, according to various reports, his agent is taking around a 10 million fee. Yeah, we already know that. He's on up to 250k a week, I think. So, I don't know his basic, but it can go up to 250k depending on performances and all the other sort of stuff. I mean, there's two ways you look at it. You look at it going, this isn't the signing that we needed as an attacker. This isn't the marquee one perhaps we all wanted. And the other one is you look at it, scores a lot of goals. Okay, he's past his best, but still effective. A different type of striker and someone with a lot of experience and someone who, you know, was speaking to Harry Winter before and he was saying he's got a great attitude and that'll be a positive in the Manchester United dressing room. So it depends on how you look at it. I mean, I'm happy we got him. I don't mind that. I just wanted someone else as well as an attacker.
Yeah.
I don't think he
What,
should
another
be out.
striker, you mean?
Yeah, or
not another striker.
or a Sancho, or someone who can play.
That's the problem. We wanted Sancho.
Yeah, if we'd
Everyone
have got Sancho and Cavani, then I'd be happy. But Cavani on
everyone
his
at
own.
home. I think we all have to have a moment. We all have to finally admit it to ourselves. You're waiting for a tweet to come out and say it's off.
Adam,
You're waiting for someone to tweet and say it's on. I'm still thinking it's going to happen.
I'm not. I told you. It's never going to.
Do
happen.
we just finally saying it out loud is the first part of the whole?
No, we're not admitting it. We can't
said
admit
it
it.
weeks ago.
There's an hour and 20 minutes left. We can't admit that Sancho's over yet.
I'm going to be the first.
Adam, no.
Destroy-
I am going to be the first
Go on then.
to jump over.
What if you will it
and
into
say-
existence?
I've been trying to will it into existence that it happened.
How are you the first one to be saying this for weeks and you shouted me down last time I said it?
Come back on my side. Admit that it could still happen.
I said that. We sat over there and I went, "Is it happening?" You went, "It is, bruv."
It might still happen.
It is, bruv. That's what you said to me.
Still think it can
No,
happen?
I've not thought it's happened since fucking July.
Neither do I then.
Destroy them says Arsene Wenger said a good player needed to be patient, and our goalkeeper Romero was patient with us for 6 to 8 years. So we're just going to let him go and not give him.
I don't think being patient is the
I don't
only
think he was
characteristic
patient
of a
for
good
8
player.
years as well. Dev the
was
King.
here for 8 years?
No, he wasn't.
Romero.
We should protest against the club sponsors on Twitter. Glazer's out. Chevrolet is dead. I'm going to put it out there. You can do that. I'm not discouraging you. I don't know if Chevrolet gives a toss about that, but do what you got to do.
Their deal runs out next year anyway. Fuck it.
Never liked Chevrolet
Romero
anyway.
did well for us, but I think we need to chill, bro. Chill with the way you talk about Romero.
Yes.
The first, when De Gea was close to leaving, remember I went to Swansea and he let 2 goals in.
Romero?
Yeah.
I mean, was it Wolves? I remember against Wolves where he
But
was
look,
clamouring
that's,
to come
he's
back
been
in.
very good for us. But I just think sometimes we're too nice again.
And what's happened with him as well is he's one of those goalkeepers that you play him and you go, oh, he did all right. But he sort of does that, like he rush out and he misses the ball, but he don't go in and he'll make a weird save that's good. And he's had loads of clean sheets because, admittedly, he's played most of the easiest games that we've played over the last few years, which is the role of a second-choice goalkeeper. That's no knock on him. But he's not so good that you have to stop someone like Dean Henderson coming back or give him,
If he's so good, why was he at Sampdoria
Yeah.
and willing to come to us as a second-choice goalkeeper? Like,
He's been good. He's been
better than Pickford.
He's been exactly what you want from a second-choice
better than
goalkeeper,
Pickford.
but he is a second-choice goalkeeper. That's what he is.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
And he's not as good as Dean Henderson. Maybe De Gea isn't even, but he's certainly Romero.
De Gea is.
Yeah,
better
I'm
than
just
Dean
saying,
Henderson.
in
It
current
is.
form.
I mean, it is a bit bonkers that we've got 3 goalkeepers and a total of 600k a week at the minute.
Yeah, that's way too much.
Roughly, I mean, I might be out. by
350,
100K,
150,
you know.
to 100.
Well, we
Yeah,
pay
yeah,
our
yeah.
second-choice goalkeeper and our third-choice goalkeeper 100 grand a week each.
So,
That's a lot. Isn't it?
Ross Murphy.
But we are balling.
I can't be asked. I think it's me.
Straight
Can't be
forward.
asked to watch deadline day. Nothing getting off my seat. I'm jealous of Arsenal getting party. I'm gutted. We ain't
Fuck
got a
off.
centre
How about
half club. A joke.
What do you think to the Sky presenter saying party time earlier? Was it the final nail in the coffin for traditional media?
I just think Jim White was the final nail in the
They're going to
coffin.
be sat
for
on that, aren't they?
traditional
For fucking months.
It's party
For
time.
years.
He looked at the camera. He went like, party time. And they looked like,
She got it.
she got it. They're all laughing off camera. They're all laughing.
And then
League
Jim
night.
White went, and should get it.
Okay, super chat.
Super chat.
nose
Upper
up.
Dyer says Champions League night. Sellers cross and Cavani header.
That's why they got sacked.
to cut that bit out.
That's why
Exciting.
Keys got sacked, right?
not
Also,
too right.
Aditya said David De Gea will be in like new signing after competition with Henderson. Also, do you think Matt Judge is not picking up Romero's call? Maybe, I don't know. Mackie, can you go and slap everyone at Old Trafford to pay the money for Jayden?
Yeah, come. Do we go now?
Who's this according to? We've got a breaking news
Now,
from
see,
ESPN.
this
the
is
news
why I
of
hate transfer
ESPN,
window, because I believe people I've never heard of.
Desportes, Edinson Cavani, he is already a player of Manchester United. The Uruguayan soccer player has signed a moment ago. The club will make it official shortly. So, despite the rumours that
ready,
this may get
Cam.
announced tomorrow, this may get announced in the coming days, it looks as though,
Can I read the
hopefully,
Spanish one for those at home, please?
we'll be getting an announcement of Cavani very soon. Go.
Just for you Spanish-speaking people at home, se confirma la noticia de ESPN FC.
Got lucky with that bit.
Edinson Cavani ya es jugador del...
Man United.
El futbolista uruguayo ha firmado hace un momento. El club lo hará official en breve.
That was actually very good.
That was good.
I'm brown, I'm Spanish, basically.
Multicultural, multilingual on this channel. You don't get that anywhere else. Bit of Spanish
Nigerian,
there.
speaking Spanish, Indian looking. I am confused as fuck.
Aren't we all? Guys, do get involved in the
video as
chat
well, please.
and like the video. We've got
Stop
2.2.
begging, bruv.
Says you with your big spiel.
Like the video.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Like the video, don't like the video, it's up to you.
Stop making them begging it. Oh, make me beg. Like it, subscribe it.
Right.
Super chat.
No, we've already read that one.
Very
Adam is a legend, says Tom Hudson. Don't
Thanks,
know what he's
Mum.
talking about.
I think
Official says Nigeria. Yes, couldn't agree more.
we should go
Mark
back
Davies says Dan James, number 7. Mark.
Yeah, that's a
I've
good
been there
point.
myself, mate. Just don't do the drugs.
What do you think to when that sort of thing of like, if you give him the number 7, maybe it'll bring the best out of him?
Yeah. Look what happened to Valencia.
Make him the captain, he'll get the best out of him.
That's up there with Luke Shaw getting player of the year.
Yeah.
That is up there.
It'll get the best
That's
out of
like
him.
one of your moments where you go,
And then Valencia at the end of the season, boss.
do you know what I mean?
Can't
Like,
deal with
Just
this.
shirt, shirt was just on the door.
remember that time we gave Dan James the number 7 shirt and we ended up selling him to Leeds?
Valencia used to go to the mega store himself before a game and get 25 printed on it. Come into the crowd, please.
Can we talk a little bit more about Cavani?
Yes,
there's a few
please.
questions
Can you
I
put
want
the
to ask you,
live
Jay.
comments on because these ain't live.
There's a few questions I want to ask you, Jay. And first of all, Edinson Cavani, he was the 4th highest goal scorer in the last decade.
Right.
So this is a
He
player who
loves this
scored
stat.
300 goals in the last 10 years, which is 4th of anyone in the world, right?
Right.
Only behind Ronaldo, Messi and Lewandowski. So
Right.
he's an elite goal scorer. Obviously at PSG, he's been sort of usurped, sort of replaced a little bit in that squad by Mbappe on that side and Neymar, and then they've got Icardi, they've got Choupo-Moting getting mad minutes out of nowhere. But he's the sort of player that these links to Falcao and Sanchez he's been compared to. In your head, or how do you feel like? Do you think that it's going to be another one of those things like Falcao, where you expect this guy to come in and do well and is just not the player he was, or do you think the expectations are a bit lower around him? He can come in, he can be the right sort of player for United. Finally, someone who can maybe head the ball in the back of the net. Are you excited, or do you think it could be another Falcao?
I mean, I wasn't keen a few weeks ago when we were first linked with him. I was like, really? As I said, I felt we should have been going. Obviously, the obvious was Jadon Sancho or someone who's like a bit more of a marquee signing, not a 33-year-old who's a free agent. But I'm hopeful because, people question it when we got Henrik Larsson. People question it. People even question it. People won't say this, but he did. I remember it. When we got Zlatan, people saying,
people did.
35, is he up to it? And more people were excited about Falcao than they were about Zlatan. More people were like, Falcao, he's going to smash it up. So you just don't know when a player's at that age. But, I mean, we have
Falcao
to...
had big injuries.
Yeah,
I know Cavani's had a number of
were
injuries.
excited.
But Falcao had... I was...
ACL
people
got
got
I lost my head. But
what
I'm saying is Cavani's injuries aren't the same. And how much of Cavani is... He wasn't happy where he was, so it's, I've got a little knock, or I'm a little ill.
Sorry, can you say...
things like that.
Hi, John. John Neal says, hi, guys. Is this a waste of a super chat? Yes, it is. You could have just done it, but...
Could have just texted us.
Red 2 says, Arsenal sat their mascot and signed Pipe 45 million. Is Fred the Red in danger when we sign Sancho next summer? Sorry, just let me get through these before disappear. If Maguire... Destroy them says, if Maguire was to go to Everton, he'd be worth 30 million, but why always the price is high? When United buy a player, it's United offering 100 million. Laughing emoji there. Luke Costa says, me and Adam really miss Sam. Can we get a special guest to call him?
Is that Luke? Me and Luke were talking on Twitter, I think, the other day.
Right.
I think that's why I say me and Adam really miss Sam.
Before they disappeared.
Can we get a special guest to call him? We're trying to get Sam on. Ian's going to come on soon. Obviously, it's difficult for Sam. He works for the club and that. The club don't like us. It's issues, but we'll see if we can get around them. I'm just going to be honest with you. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why I will never leave. I will never go to MUTV because fuck them.
People saying
they
about
can't
Cavani
buy me.
Yeah.
They can't make me pump out their propaganda.
Is there any truth to that?
Master Coda says,
Benoit
Bedashiel, Torres, even Tyrone Mings if after the deadline. Anything realistic to end this Maguire fiasco. F Sancho, just end this Maguire hell. Bloody hell.
Someone said I'm like herpes. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
You like herpes? I
I'm
don't
like
think that's in any way a
herpes
good
for
thing.
this channel.
No, it's a good thing.
How is it a good thing?
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, how?
We put a cream on him and he fucks off.
All right, okay. Someone there, Seamus says, just wanted to say, top job tonight, lads. Thanks, Seamus.
Seamus has banged in loads. He even banged in one, yeah. That was just a super chat.
We're going to get to him in a minute. Jude George is asking, is Palestri any good? We'll get to him in a minute.
Gary Pellistri's
Gary
class.
Pellistri's.
There does seem to be a rumour that's circulating online that Edinson Cavani is going to be given the Manchester United number 7. Now, I can't find any official confirmation on that. Obviously, if that does get confirmed or any big sources quote that, we'll be coming back. But at the minute, it just seems like it's one of those things that most of the tweets are people saying, surely not.
And the BBC are reporting that Ahmad Diallo Traore's fee is 20 million euros up front, 20 million in add-ons.
Would it not make sense to give him number 7 now, Cavani?
What? But what does that kind of
why not?
does that kind of rule out the idea of getting Sancho? And also, I know that
it's just
for me, some of this number 7 stuff and
going spare.
some of the number stuff, I always think, who really cares? But it does matter to a lot of people, and doesn't it seem unfair on maybe even just the pressure you'd put on Cavani to give the number 7 to a player who's probably not even going to be a first choice starter?
I don't know.
Owen had the number 7 shirt.
Owen had it. Sanchez had it. Who else has had it?
It's not like it's been worn by
Valencia.
legends for the last few times. You know what I mean?
I know.
Ronaldo was a long time ago.
I appreciate that.
Memphis had it.
Legend.
We fucked up his
I don't
move to
know.
Barcelona.
Is that a
today.
new, is that a new
he
member?
must
Sorry.
hate us so
Nick
much.
Sequist, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the first team. Yeah, I mean, I think the number 7 shirt has proper lost its lustre since Ronnie left.
Of course it has.
And I think now
But
it's just,
there's
it's almost not a thing
There's
anymore.
an idea behind it though, isn't there, at least? And also, if nothing else, United want to sell as many shirts as possible, so maybe they just give him the fucking 7, then it'll sell twice as many as if he's got 26
one thing
on
with
his back.
Cavani,
I want to see him wear 1 + 8.
1 minus 8.
Oh shit, Bruno wears 18.
I don't think he'd be asked.
Cavani?
Yeah.
No, he's a big enough player and
I just
he's
think
been
he'd be
doing
like,
this
yeah,
for
I'm
15
what?
years.
Do you know what I mean? Austin Jones in Super Chat says, if Cavani wears number 7, does the curse continue with this shirt? Only time will tell, my friend. Give Me Sport reports that Manchester have made contact with Pochettino. I don't know about Give Me Sport. Has that anyone heard of that? Is that?
I've heard of it. I
that
couldn't tell you how reliable it is.
reputable?
I've heard it, but I usually see it and think, yeah, that can't be true then.
All right, well, that says it all then. We need to bring back, James says, we need to bring back Rennie Merlinstein. United needs better training. Love Rennie.
I've thought of it.
Go on.
Edinson Cavani can wear the number 20 now. Delo's left.
That's more like it.
20, Cavani.
Yeah.
It's written in the stars.
He's a bit of heritage there as
21st
well.
title.
Coming.
21 years since we won
Yeah.
the
And
Champions
the
League.
winning goal for the title will go
Stressed.
from Cavani will set up Daniel James.
And then
Yeah.
Solskjaer
It'll be 22
has won it.
21.
Oh, right, yeah.
And Solskjaer has won it.
Aaron Quinn says, am I mad or did we sign some
Stefan Stevanovic.
Stefanovic.
lad from some team we played in Europa League months ago? You're not mad.
You're not that mad, no.
No.
Mohamed Bahafsi confirmed he's
You're
going
not
to
mad, you're all
Let me
mad.
check that. Let me check that. We can't all check it. You got it on the quote at the bottom. If you get that up on there, Jay, get Mohamed Bahafsi up there.
Edinson Cavani shall wear the number 7.
Incredible.
I'll take Mo Bahafsi's.
Right, Mohamed Bahafsi has said,
I don't know about
Edinson
some of the other
Cavani
people,
has just officially signed his contract. He is a Manchester United player until June 2022. Manchester United supporters, Cavani will wear the legendary number 7.
That's amazing, isn't it? And that's for me. That's the first time I'm willing to admit Sancho ain't coming tonight.
Oh, wow.
That's it. That's what's done
Big
it.
statement.
I should have known about 3 days ago.
number 7. So
With Cavani's number 7, we ain't getting
with
Sancho
what is
tonight,
it?
lads.
An hour and 7 minutes left to go with
So
the transfer
Cavani
window.
is all but done now. It's done. He's getting
it's
number
done.
7.
Bahafsi's as good as
Oh my
the
God.
club announcing it.
That's mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know that it don't necessarily matter to some of towards maybe the older fans, and like I said, we've had some players who aren't George Best wearing it recently. But
EC7.
what's that? Was that some computer or something?
Yeah, go on.
Eric Cantona 7. Edinson Cavani 7.
Do you think Eric announces it?
No, I'm just the same initial.
EC, early Cristiano 7. Yeah, that's it.
So Sancho's not coming.
Right, Sancho's not coming. Edinson Cavani's got number 7 shirt. Listen,
Jay Louis was next to you in Tesco earlier
Louis should have come and said hello.
when you forgot to get my
You
drink.
say that now.
Oh, did I forget to get your drink? What drink was I meant to get?
Someone had drank all my cans out of the fridge. What the fuck's all
Well,
that
don't
about?
look at me. You know I don't touch Coke. I'm always on one. Right. Moving swiftly
That's
on.
his my missus.
Not since I had to make a decision on where I was going with my life and whether
My
I wanted
kids
to settle down
or
with
the
a
drugs.
family or I wanted to carry on the path that I was going, which was one of self-destruction.
It was a
But
difficult night, but it went out with a bang.
we don't need to go down that road again. I think we've covered it in great detail.
We have.
Let's hit the like button though, guys.
Yes.
Come on, get us to 4,000 likes because apparently that's an important milestone.
Someone said there, Cavani will not be burdened by number 7. I know you just said that. But do you think that's part of the thinking behind it? Because I know that, like I said, we don't always necessarily aren't as bothered. But the club know it's a big deal to give that number 7 shout out. They do know that. It's definitely a thing. People care. Look how many people are commenting.
Some people
there's
think
number
that
7.
it's
It does
something
matter.
to do with the Adidas deal and them having to sell them out of shirts. But I've always been under the impression that United don't make anything from shirt sales. They've made their money
I
from
think
the
you're
Adidas
right.
deal.
I've seen that.
That's keep the rest.
And surely, if you're going to buy a Cavani shirt, you don't give a fuck if he's 7 or not.
The light bouncing off Jay's head is too blinding. I'm sorry about that. I'll get a wig. For me, the number 7 thing lost its lustre when we started giving it to Scousers.
Shout out Nick.
There is truth. There's some truth in that.
Nick
Don't have to
Seacrest
change it
No,
just
leave
for that
it's fine.
comment. It's
for
fine.
joining the first team. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're all right, mate. Thank you. Yes, thanks for that.
Da Vinci? That's why I keep reading Cavani like Da Vinci. Grealish to
Someone
United
saying,
peeps.
Master
Oh,
Coda.
don't. Adam will get upset.
Do you guys just read super chats? No, we read all chats. As you've noticed, even ones that insult us. How do you suggest we address the defensive situation? Forget Sancho. Yeah, we know Sancho's not happening. And also, can we not just admit now we ain't getting a defender? That's it.
Well, we've got Tellers. So I know we
No, sorry, yeah.
back. We have signed a
We're
defender
not getting
today.
another defender, so...
I came into this window thinking I had to pick between Sancho or Grealish.
You did?
And I got fucking none of them.
Oh, yeah. That's sad, isn't it? Who did you pick? You picked Grealish, didn't you? You wanted Grealish so bad, didn't you?
On the plus side, though, what has Grealish done this season? I mean, he's embarrassed himself.
Did you watch
hasn't he?
that last night?
He's been absolutely
Megging up
garbage.
Van Dijk.
Did you watch that game? Grealish was like
I was that angry and done with football. I couldn't even
Rivaldo.
watch the Scousers getting battered 7-2. I was just like, you know what?
It was some
gonna
solace
go
while I was eating my
sulk.
dinner.
Nah, I didn't even feel any... Yesterday I was pretending to be laughing at them, but deep down I was crying.
Dubsy, says...
Dubsy, I love him.
Says, my question is, how much do you think the Glazers will pay investors in dividends? Also, do you think they'll have any shame? I don't know how much. They pay lots, and no, they won't have any shame.
Yo, blah blah says, Adam, do you remember when you said Sancho was a done deal? I have never said it was a done deal because that suggests I'm some sort of in the know. I'm not an in the know. What I said was, I'm certain this happened.
Yeah.
And it never happened.
We were all so fucking certain.
I was...
How can this not have happened?
I feel like we sold him just
Yeah,
for free.
honestly. How can this not have happened?
I mean...
It's like we lost his contract and Ed Woodward's been looking for it in the fucking wardrobe for 2 months and now I can't find it. It's
though,
gone.
I shit regular. I am not constipated, you dicks.
Here we go. Hang on a minute. What was that?
Jack
like
Wilshere's a free
clockwork.
agent, says Dean Tonkin.
Yeah, he can
Right,
stay
we've
that
got
way.
some
in the end.
super chats here. Why is Adam so attractive? Says
Yeah, but
Braden Moore.
I get that sent in, and then I get other ones. Shave your arms. Why am I gonna? Which man shaves their arms?
Let's focus
Who
on
shaves
this.
their arms? Unless I'm swimming for a living, or I'm a boxer, or I'm a cyclist, or a stripper,
Or a barber.
Just
practicing.
No.
Practicing.
Why shave your arms? Someone did that once when I was young. Some dude shaved his arms. I remember looking at him thinking, bro, you look like a fucking idiot right now. Never
Let's
seen
get
it again.
into the more important super chat. Red Tooth says, Jay, you are a beauty. And an amazing report for a glorious club, which is run by Tools. I'm not a reporter for the club.
That's just in your notes.
Sorry. Someone paid for it.
Reading out his
Thanks
fucking
for that.
notes out.
Thanks for that, by the way. The money's in your account. Hi, team. Do you think the price set by Dortmund was too high for Sancho? Even other clubs didn't try to sign him because of his price tag. Possibly. I think possibly playing up front was a little bit much, but I still think we should have got him.
Why do you think no one else went in for Sancho?
They're
Before we get back
broke
to that?
boys
Do you
like
think
us.
so? But lots
We're
of
all
players have
broke
spent
boys.
lots of teams have spent a lot of money this window. Why do you think no one wanted it?
Yeah, stay on that one, Cam. I just think because 120 million, the deadline that Dortmund set, which everyone seems to think was nonsense, but everyone we spoke to in Germany said it mattered to them, was 10th of August.
Yeah.
And they wanted it all up front. And it was like, once that didn't happen, they were like, Stefan Liechtenstein's brother can have all the negotiations he wants. It's done. He's staying with us. But it rumbled on because there were these negotiations going on, and now we're, an hour and 1 minute away, and Cavani's been given the only number that Sancho's going to have. Jolton in the super chat says, McTominay for captain, the modern midfield, Pallister.
Oh!
P.S. Adam. Go on.
It's official. Made for Manchester. He's not made for Manchester, is he? But, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Edinson Cavani.
Hopefully we'll get an article and some quotes coming up soon and we'll be able to read all that out.
And then the first reply to that is tell Ed Woodward we're coming. Glazer out, Woodward out.
Oh dear.
Good shout. Don't get off. Don't. If you like have been moaning all fucking summer about these Glazers, don't let free signings make you like think, all right, I'm gonna stop. Stay on their neck.
It's not gonna placate anyone, that though, is it?
No, it
If
will.
you're anti-Glazer,
It will.
not a
But it will.
33-year-old,
This is why some people
a
start
£15
moaning.
million left back. And
If we sign
Van Der Beek,
Sancho
who
in
was done
July,
weeks ago, is
half
that
of
really
this
gonna?
shit wouldn't be happening.
I don't see. I think everyone's still going to be very angry. Keza
Yeah, me too.
in the super chat says deadline for Championship is later. Any quality centre backs or right wingers in the Championship? Yes, there's a very good winger in the Championship called Ismail Sarr. Azamat says Glazers out. They are the owners of Tampa Bay Buccaneers American football team. Last time they won it was 2003. We might have to wait until 2030 until United wins again. Glazers out. Also, here's a mate for you, I think. Love from Singapore, mates. Thanks for the content. Also, how are we feeling about Cavani and Adam Niger kit looking fire?
Ooh.
Yeah, some people saying what kit is it? It's a Nigeria kit.
The new one, isn't it?
It's a new one that is sold out everywhere.
Sauce.
He's got, you know,
ITK on Nigeria.
he managed to, you know.
Someone said, are
use the
they
power of
gaslighting
Google.
United fans by giving him the 7 chair? And I always feel the club do things that are kind of like going, you can't stop us.
Edinson Cavani's ringing you.
Telling us we should be live. That's what they do.
I've already read that one.
Ed
sorry.
Woodward will not survive this season after this transfer. I bet on that, says James, who also called him Humpty Dumpty. He will survive because he may as well be a Glazer.
Also, please give all the money I send into Ronaldo and Ronaldo only.
Ronaldo's nothing to do with this channel.
Do you remember that Bring Ronaldo Home campaign that was about as legit?
Oh, is that about Cristiano?
Was about as legit as, going outside and just fucking begging for money. Ronaldo, yeah. We won't give that money to him.
What about Ronaldo Brown?
Oh, yeah, we'll give it to him.
No, don't give it to him. He's a knob.
While we're waiting for some official quotes and stories about Cavani and Tellez, shall we have a little talk about some of the people who are leaving and have left Manchester United?
Do you know what, right? I'm so proud of you because what are we
Carlos
now?
Tellez.
We're an hour in.
Welcome to Manchester, Carlos Tellez. Fucking hell.
I just realised I shouted that at you like I had.
Read us that out, actually, before we'll come back to the outs.
I've
Read
got some
this.
super chats.
Shall I read it in Uruguayan?
No, read it in English.
All right, cool.
You silly arse. Don't speak Spanish.
What do Uruguayan speak?
I believe it's
Spanish.
maybe.
Espanol.
Yes,
Yeah.
read.
Manchester United is delighted to announce the signing of striker Edinson Cavani. The Uruguayan international joins on a one-year contract with the option to extend for a further year. Cavani has won the Golden Boot of both League and Serie A. Has scored 341 goals at club level since moving to Europe in 2007, including 35 in the UEFA Champions League. The forward won 6 titles with Paris Saint-Germain, 200 goals, their all-time leading goal scorer. Internationally, Cavani won the Copa America in 2011 and has found the net 50 times in 116 appearances for Uruguay. When I think of Uruguay, I always think of Homer Simpson reading it off the globe, saying, "You are gay." Edinson Cavani said, "Manchester United is one of the greatest clubs in the world, so it's a real honour to be here. I've worked really hard during the time off and I feel eager to compete and represent this incredible club." Of course you do. "I have played in front of some of the most passionate supporters in the world during my career, and I know that it will be the same in Manchester."
Not for a while, it won't.
"I cannot wait to experience the Old Trafford atmosphere when it's safe for fans to return. I look forward to continuing to write my little story inside the book of football." I like that.
Is that?
I like that little quote.
Yeah, me too.
"I look forward to continuing to write my little story inside the book of football."
That's lovely.
And I know that's why my focus has to remain the same as always. Work, 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 work. That's what he said.
Do you think he's a
I
little
have
bit...
had a conversation with the manager, and this has increased my desire.
Right.
I have had a conversation with the
Go on,
manager,
go on.
and this has increased my desire to wear this beautiful shirt.
Go on.
Right, quickly, just going to go through the super chats for this bit. After the window is shut and all teams' transfers are finished, and we have played minimum 3 games, where will we finish realistically? I think around 7th, says AM.
Oh, come on.
Shay says, how incompetent are the Glazers? They have Tom Brady and Paul Pogba, 2 top talents on their teams, and have done no cross-promotion.
Tom Brady's shit, bro.
I
don't know who he is.
Gredford Rock says, Adam Traore confirmed to Manchester United by Fabrizio Romano. Adam, that's not. Did you hear? No, that's the wrong one.
Talking about Cavani
Dev says unfollow United on all socials.
Also,
Yes.
Luke Hosted says, sorry if this has been discussed, but do you think Cavani should start on the right with Martial as the number 9? No. He got put there for Zlatan. I'll let him answer that but after you've made your point, sorry.
Talking about Zlatan, that goes into my point quite nice actually. Do you think Cavani's a bit of a, not disrespected, but 350 club goals is outstanding for any player in their career? I think that's more than Wayne Rooney's got at club level. Do you think that he's a little bit disrespected as a striker? He got pushed out for Zlatan. He's not been first choice at PSG. He scored so many goals in his career, and even now he's coming to Man United on a free. And there are a lot of people who are saying he's going to be a flop.
I think it's just that it's not a very sexy signing, and also, I think because he's played in France for the last how many years? 6, 7 years.
Something like that, yeah.
So, in the social media era, he's played in France for Liga, being overshadowed probably by Neymar, Mbappe, all these different players, Zlatan, and he's gone under the radar. If he was playing in Spain like Falcao was, he would have come here with the boom, the same kind of thing. I think, and also him being a free, like you being free, and no one taking you is a problem. But I think
PSG wanted him though.
Yeah, I've heard rumours. PSG wanted to keep him. Atletico Madrid wanted him, but couldn't get rid of Diego Costa. And United wanted him a few months ago, but have waited for his his wage demands to drop. So his wage demands have apparently dropped by half. Again, it shows you where our club likes to be and what they're thinking of most. But there you go.
Magna says, Ahmad Diallo Traore confirmed. Yes.
Yes.
Good shout. The only sort of thing I have with what you're saying about his overall record is, whilst I agree, it's fantastic. He scored lots and lots of goals, but most of his goals were a few seasons ago. I mean, he had a fantastic season at Napoli, 7 years ago. he had those two, I think, back-to-back seasons at PSG where he scored like 49 and 40 goals. But again, that's 3 or 4 seasons ago. So that's my only concern. Because, yeah, you're right, over the last 10 years he's been phenomenal, but it's more or less over the last 7 years, and then the last 3 years haven't been that great. Yeah. But the other 7 were that good. It puts him in the Ronaldo, Lewandowski, Messi type
literally
category.
Below that.
So that's my only concern. I mean, don't get me wrong though. Was it 20? Sorry, let me look it up. 23 goals, so 2 seasons ago. So it's not like
that's not bad, is it?
It's not been
and I still don't think he was like first choice player.
Yeah, shite.
And he fell out with like Neymar and Tuchel and fell out with a lot of people there. Look, I feel like we're trying to, put a little glitter on this shit that has been our transfer.
Well, no, I'm just talking about this.
And we're trying to make people feel confident. But I feel like people get upset with our transfer window and blame it on the players that we've actually signed.
Yes.
When actually the players that we've actually signed, Donnie Van Der Beek, do we need a midfielder? Yes, we do. Do we need a left back? Yes, we do. Do we need a striker? Yes, we do. And the players that we've brought in aren't actually that bad. The problem for us yet again is we haven't got all of the players that we want. When it was Jose, he'd always want 5 and get 4, want 4 and get 3. Same thing's happening here. Last year, Oli wanted Sancho and Bruno.
No.
And now he wanted him again.
And it looks so fucking certain. I keep saying it. This was meant to be 12 months ago. We said next year. We're doing it again now. It's not going to happen, is it?
We're a fucking laughing stock. And our club as well. They'll come out and say, we didn't even want him.
I know.
We weren't even in for him. It was all bullshit.
We got our number 1 targets in the transfer market. We'll see all that shit. And that stuff about, the board and the owners are upset about the negative image around the club at the minute around the transfers.
And fuck off then.
That's the biggest bag of shit I've ever fucking heard, that is.
Just on Cavani, because I know we've not got Sancho, but we have got Cavani. Sam Pilger was saying that United have been impressed with how motivated Cavani remains after leaving PSG. I feel like he still has a lot more to give as a striker. Do you buy into that? Do you think this is just money, or do you think he's still got something to prove?
I hate, they fall for any old sales bollocks. They're salesmen. You know them bellends we've had to deal with for a long time.
Do you think he is motivated, or do you think he's just
yes,
a
he
paycheck?
might be, but they fall for anything. It's like they go into meetings with a shitload of numbers and they sell whatever to them. So if you can sell bullshit back to them, they're probably going to buy it. They're dickheads,
It's a bullshit tunnel, isn't it?
Cavani went in there and was like, oh, done 1,000 steps a day. I'm up for this. Can't wait. We got PSG.
1,000.
Fuck off.
Also in the super chat, Van Der Beek says, Van Der Beek doesn't say anything in the super chat, Red Super. Van Der Beek says, why are you not talking about me more? Sick of all this Cavani shit. Van Der Beek tells Cavani, I would have never said in July that our targets are going to be these lot. I wouldn't have either. I stood here the other day and said I didn't want Cavani.
I did. I'll be honest. Now he's here, I've seen his hair.
Well, now he's here, I've always wanted him, and I'll be deleting those videos later.
If you would have said at the start of the summer, you'd get Cavani, Tellez, Van Der Beek, and Sancho. Like, mate, that's a dream transfer window.
What makes that the dream is the fucking Sancho bit.
And it's like...
Do you know what I mean? That's like...
Because it's like, you've got all the little, stocking fillers, but you ain't got your main present. That's what it is. It could have been such a great Christmas.
Callum said, has Matt been on the beer? He's so angry. Bro, have you not seen what happened in the last 24 hours, bro?
Pratik says, Man United have been signing youth players across Europe. Besides homegrown players, why haven't we been able to produce a top right winger since Ronaldo? 2 words.
Antonio Valencia.
Thank you. I mean, maybe, there's one on the horizon.
Oh, I needed that.
Someone else is saying it's a 6 out of 10 window for me. Someone else saying, Ross says that. Hot Pulp Podcast says 3 out of 10 window for me. Ayush says, Adam, what does Joe's hair smell like?
No, it's not been washed. Feces.
Michael Anthony says, any possibility of January signing? Sancho, Deo, I'm sad. Andy Mitten in the Twitter says, United heading towards signing as many players today as goals conceded yesterday.
Sound like my nan.
Did Grandad just say in the Twitter?
The Twitter, yeah.
In the Twitter?
In the Twitter.
In the
on
Twitter.
internet, he's saying that United, he's cracked a joke there about, okay. Hashtag deflated, says Ross Turner. I mean, you keep saying, if we'd have got Sancho and these players, it'd be a good window, but we didn't, so it can't be, can it?
Yeah. When
it
the
bang average
window's
window?
short, because we've still got a minute, but we still might get Sancho. We'll have a little talk about how we think this window was overall.
That's fair.
We were going to talk before a little bit about some of the people who are leaving Man United. We can see, we just saw on the screen a minute ago, Smalling, Chong, Pereira, who else has gone? Sanchez has gone, and Dallo has also gone.
Yep.
How would you rate the players we've got rid of, the money we've got for him? It looked to be around 15 million euros for Chris Smalling in the end. are you happy with the players that have gone? Should any of them stayed? Or do you think, actually, on this side of the window, take away the ins, because we know that we've fucked that a little bit, the outs, are you happy with who we've got rid of?
Just quickly, Dubsy says no outs on window because we've got none of our targets. I don't think it's been great, the players we've shifted on.
Right.
It's been okay. I think you look at it, you think Pereira was going to go, Smalling was going to go, Delo, yeah, I get all that. I think many of us thought Lingard might be going as well. Jones got injured just before the window, which didn't help matters. I think that was always sort of on a hiding to nothing there. I think we all know the problem with some of these players at Manchester United is they're on massive contracts. Yeah. So if you want to get rid of him, you're going to have to either pay them to go, like with Sanchez, pay a bit of the contract, or find someone who's got loads of money and not much sense.
Someone keeps saying someone's bought a new shirt and we don't, like a United shirt.
What?
Who's got a United shirt?
Someone's bought a new United shirt?
Someone keeps commenting, you've got no sense, you bought a new shirt.
Who's bought a new shirt?
What the fuck are you talking about, bruv? This is
Right,
Nigeria shirt.
Sam Nack says, we know Sancho wants to return to England, which makes sense. Who else in England other than United in EPL can actually pay 120 million? Woodward logic?
You were talking about this before, weren't you?
Liverpool.
Chelsea.
Right, someone's saying
City.
Sancho has already done last minute news incoming.
Oh my God.
Adil says that.
Mate.
Someone else says, Edinson Cavani sponsored by Solvite.
I was saying this before, and just imagine a world. I know it's not going to happen. We don't need it's not happening. Imagine 10 minutes to 11, or 10 past 11. Fuck it. It's already happened, so it doesn't matter. Manchester United tweet. Oh, by the way, Jadon Sancho playing the piano.
By the way.
Jadon
Sancho playing the piano. Alexis Sanchez sat like that, like the piano stool, and he sat on his back playing the same piano. We signed him 2 weeks ago.
If that happens, right, we're down at Old Trafford.
And Cavani's wearing Jadon's shirt.
In the super chat, someone
imagine.
says, Nares says, how would a 3-5-2 system work with Donnie, Cavani and Tellers in the squad now? Tellers definitely would fit into that system, I think. I think last night, Harsh Bade says, I think last night's bad result is a big reason for negativity in fan base. If we won yesterday, mood would be more positive regarding signings. I don't think it would, mate.
Also, it might be slightly more positive, but we didn't win. We got battered.
Yeah.
Like if we'd have won against Sevilla and we got to the final, we'd have won that. That might have been different. If we'd have won against Everton when we drew 4-4, we might have won another league title. And things.
It's like every time you come off a pitch after losing.
If we'd have
you would have felt better if you won.
Yeah, we would have felt better if we'd have won. But one of the reasons we feel bad is because we didn't win. Yeah, I agree. I know the point you're trying to make, but one of the problems is we keep losing all the time.
In many ways,
in fact, that's the only problem.
You know, United could have had a reaction today and could have said, right, let's go for it and throw shitloads of money at loads of players, but they haven't.
No.
They've cut corners again and just sort of... The Tellers deal, what was it, 15 million? Cavani, free agent, all right, you've got to pay his agent fees. Van Der Beek, we got done a few
We spent
few
£50
weeks
million,
ago.
boys.
So it's not really a transfer market when you've gone for
£50 million we've spent.
And I'm sorry, I'm not buying the whole pandemic excuses. We can't spend any money, sorry.
Do you know why the club never sacked anyone around that time? It's because when they did this, then they'll be all right.
Red Soup's in the super chat again. He says, now that we've finished our business this summer, still not over, it's 46 minutes left. Do you guys see us survive the October fixtures?
Well, I don't know about top four and staying in the Champions League, but who is it? Leipzig, PSG, Chelsea, Arsenal, something like that, all in October?
Yeah.
Do you know what I do like,
lads? Go on.
We've just bought some bastards. Alex Tellers looks like someone who's going to start scrapping.
We need some bastards.
Edinson Cavani is going to go out there and start dashing people about. You see, yesterday, we needed some people on the pitch to just start flying into challenges.
But you
see,
they had Spurs had bastards because Lamella's a shithouse, but it works. Yeah. Holberg, complete bastard.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, but him, Suzuki, and non-Dembele.
Suzuki.
But dominate that midfield though, don't they?
Yeah. That game.
Yeah, Sudoku. Tom Grimes says, Jade, what do you do to make your head so shiny? Also, who's got the better head? Yapstam or Jay? Yapstam, obviously. Best defender I've ever seen in my life.
No, I think Yapstam
had a little bit more head.
You got a better shine.
You've met Yapstam, haven't you? Lucky bastard, you.
Beautiful, man.
How big is it?
So jealous.
Like 6'3", isn't it?
Yeah, but it was like mixed zone, so I never got to take a picture and all that with them.
Bastards.
Based on my prediction, are we still winning the league?
Yes.
Is it still 2021 next year?
I think it fucking might
Then
be.
I think we might be.
Good lad. Stick to your guns, son.
Liverpool have just lost. They ain't winning the league.
If anything, we're closer to it than we were.
Yeah.
Siddharth Shetty says, any idea why Romero wasn't allowed to leave? His wife has come out criticising the club. I think he's not been allowed to leave because Manchester United are completely
We'll let him go on a loan and someone will pay his...
Atul says, at this moment,
release him.
I hope we sign a right winger. No matter what, I'll always support Ollie and the team, as I think Ollie has not been supported well enough. Love the content on the channel.
I agree with you, Atul.
That's a nice message.
Ollie has not been supported well enough, but
No.
also
We're not
we
gonna
can't
lie.
allow him excuses for yesterday.
No.
Rusin says, love you lads. Have a nice.
We have
Shout
signed
out
a
Vooch.
right winger. That Ahmad.
Max Gomez says, over or under 30%, Ollie gets sacked this season due to similar results as Jose in 2018-19.
You know when you say Ahmad, yeah? At school, one of my mates used to be an idiot and just say my name wrong. Like
Ahmad.
Adam, he'd just say Ahmad, like, you know, just
Yeah,
taking the
Ahmad,
piss.
Yeah.
And like every time you say it, I think of that.
Do you like it?
Do you like
He's
it?
going
Is
to be
it
your
good?
favourite player, isn't he?
Is he? Was, you know,
Mohamed Aymar Traore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Mohamed Aymar Bruce Lee coming.
Glenn B says, the fact we haven't bought Sancho basically would fart, saying he doesn't trust Ollie. Potts will be in Ollie
Would fart.
if Ollie doesn't get the result. Bunch of bellends.
Do you think that's the softest insult anyone's called him
Wood
since
fart.
he took over at United? Wood fart.
Here's a good one. Thoughts on from Marcus. Thoughts on letting Chong go on loan and bringing Gary Pellistri into the first team for 10 mil. I'm all
Well,
ears.
the thing is,
I don't think Pellistri's for the first team.
and we don't know how good he is. I mean, I'm not saying the club don't. I mean, not that I think.
They don't know how
Not
good
that
he
I'm
is.
fucking certain we do. But I'm just saying, it remains to be seen how good he is. We kind of know how good Chong is.
They literally accidentally asked Edinson Cavani, like a football manager.
Got any mates?
Can you suggest a signing?
Got any mates?
We're a bit short here. You got anyone else who can make numbers up?
Pellistri's all right.
Do you know anyone that plays right wing? Any chance?
Yeah.
Anyway, I've heard of
loads.
this young lad my agent's got.
And you're like, do you know him back in Europe?
10
He's
million.
like,
Right, there you go.
I've lived in Europe for 30
Yeah, that's what we
years.
did. We paid the agent's fee, but we were like, can you chuck another player in?
This kid, don't matter, mate. Don't worry about that.
OGS be thrown under the bus. The patch will be in by Christmas. I tend to believe that as well. Mitzah says, do you guys smoke weed when the camera is off? We
don't smoke any of that shite.
We
Neither
smoke
should
it when
you.
it's on.
I mean, the whole Pochettino thing, man, it keeps coming up, doesn't it? And it's going to keep coming up forever.
And it's like been pumped up again tonight, bigger than I've seen it in a while in the comments. It's like give me sport, isn't it? Well, on that note, Naresh there saying out of 1 to 10, 10 being definitely what are the chances Pochettino is the Man United manager in January 2021. That's only 3 months away. I would say 2 out of 10, 1 out of 10 for that.
I'd say 4 out of 10.
What in 3 months?
Because the next 6 weeks is difficult.
That is true, actually.
Dan Hunt says, out of the players who we have signed, who was your best? Dreadful window, wasted 6 months of bullshit. The board haven't got a clue. I mean,
Donnie Van Der Beek.
Yeah, he's
Van
the
der
only one
Beek
I've seen,
is the
really.
most sensible sign. He seemed like he was behind Grealish, a sort of an equal first choice maybe, or just behind Grealish.
Don't say Grealish.
But he's the one who makes the most sense. We got it done early. He was recommended by good people. He's played at a good level. I would say him.
no, I agree. I mean,
We didn't get
We'll have to wait
Grealish
and
because we
see.
thought we were getting Sancho. And then we didn't get Sancho.
I think we didn't get Grealish because
people saying that Depay to Barcelona is off.
Yeah,
apparently.
because we never got Dembele. If everyone was paying attention, or you might have missed the news, Jude, but basically, us getting Dembele would have allowed Barcelona to have the funds to be able to sign Memphis. So what we've done is we've fucked Memphis again.
Sorry.
He must hate United.
Do we have a sell-on percentage on him?
I think so.
Was that 10% or something?
It must be very minimal. And I mean, if he's going for 25 million,
Is that what he was meant to be going for? Fucking hell.
cheap.
Just,
cheap,
I mean,
there's some dodgy deals. I know, like some of these players get sold for 25 million, and then the owners wire each other an extra 10. Like
Well, I mean, like that Pjanic
Let me run through
dodgy
something.
deals, man.
thingy deal at Barca.
Samnak says, we know Sancho wants to return to England, makes sense. Who else in England? Oh no, we've had that. Sorry, forgive me. We've had that ages ago. I don't know what's
To the
going on
side. There you go.
there. There you go.
Head in the ball.
Tellez and Wan-Bissaka in 3-5-2. 3 centre-backs helps cover defensive problems.
I think we will see that at some point because Ollie's played that before, and now we've got 2 wing backs who actually are suited to that role. So I suppose Wan-Bissaka.
You could say if you played that, you got 4 strikers: Cavani, Marshall, Rashford, Greenwood, 5 Igalo.
Yeah.
Until January.
CJ Legend says Mourinho only got sacked because he couldn't get on with the board. Ollie won't do that. If Ollie wins a trophy, he stays big. If
Mourinho never only got sacked because he didn't.
I like this one. Can we
Stop
not just
rewriting history, man, everyone.
Jivan says, can we not just try and get Sarr? If we can't, won't get a right winger in the next 40 minutes. I'd love to see.
40 minutes.
40
The thing
minutes.
is,
Just
though,
sign a winger.
Sarr would be a.
The thing is, though, we can sign
Less
Sarr
shit
for the next
transfer
10
window.
days.
I know he just can't play in the Champions League. I think.
Yeah.
All that.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, if he comes after tonight.
But that
all right, but
that
you
might
can
not be the end of
live
the
with
world.
that.
Yeah. If we
So-
couldn't get the deal done before, he might not be able to play in the Champions League. But if we don't get him this summer, then we'd have to wait till next year
I
anyway.
think
It's better to have
it did
him in
look
some
like
tournaments.
that was unlikely from the last sort of reports, but you never know.
We finally replaced Lukaku, I suppose.
Ishan says, Ollie should be sacked. Don't blame the board. He's giving him 170 million on the defence and people complain the board don't spend any money.
I've heard that we are less than 100 people away from 10,000 people watching. So get sharing this video, get liking, get commenting, get subscribing. And the reason why we ask you to like videos and comment on the videos and all that is because of these things called algorithms. Is that what they're called?
Algorithms.
Yeah, algorithms.
It's like,
What is it?
So when you like videos, our videos become more algorithmic. And then
We all need a
more
bit of
people
that in our
tune
lives.
in. And then, Joel gets paid.
Barat says, I don't see ourselves finishing in the top 10. Ollie has no tactics and counter-attack, it can't be the only tactic. He hasn't improved the defence or midfield. I think he has improved
he has
the
improved
midfield
the defence
in
as
the sense of
well.
buying
We
Bruno
conceded
Fernandes.
30 less goals last season than we did the year before. That is an improvement. I know that we made shit
think-
mistakes and we made sloppy mistakes.
He
but we
didn't
have.
improve the defence. He improved the players within that defence. So the signings helped improve the actual defence. So we had better players.
Miles, welcome to the
But I
first
don't
team, my
feel
friend.
like that
Miles
team
Doran.
has been well drilled. Like I was on Twitter the other week saying he's a good coach, and then when I actually thought about it, I thought, well, actually, he's a good attacking coach. He's maybe not a good defensive coach. Who is working on that defence within that team? I don't think anybody. And then we're looking to our captain on the pitch to be able to say, let me try and lead this line. Now he should be able to do that. I've played with centre halves at obviously lower levels, but sometimes you can never play with someone and they're just someone that's vocal, talks to you, make sure you're in your right position, and you feel like you've played with them for years.
Yeah.
Like, if you've got someone as your captain, they should be able to do that. And then if there's a centre half there as well, they should be able to do that. Someone was trying to blame it on De Gea and this, that. Comes down to your centre halves, being able to talk to Luke Shaw, being able to talk to his other left centre back, being able to talk to everyone.
Just a question on that. And we've talked about the centre-backs, and I agree they've been poor. Lindelof's been poor, Bayer was poor, Maguire's been poor on and off as well. The midfield was something that, when it was Fred and McTominay, there was a lot of people talking about, this midfield will improve, the defence will improve. We saw Matic come back in, we saw Pogba playing well last season in that role. We stopped conceding goals with Matic and Pogba there. This season, Matic has been largely the same. Paul Pogba's been a lot more sloppy, giving the ball away. Do we think the midfield's anything to do with this? I know that those individual mistakes, that's just your defence. And like I said, the way they're organised, I get all that. But the midfield in front of them has been a lot shakier to start this season off. Is that any part of why we're conceding more goals?
I think the midfield against Spurs, it almost went under the radar because the defence was that pathetic.
Yeah.
But we just got absolutely dominated in midfield. I mean, I keep saying it, these players that we're playing against, they're all right. Ndombele's a decent player. Holberg's a decent player. Suzuki's a decent player. But they're not like...
And Ndombele's mint.
He's mint. Is he like world class? And he's like...
He's not better than Pogba.
Do you know exactly? Do you know what I mean? You're not like up against De Bruyne and Fernandinho where you go, this midfield.
We're going to struggle here.
Work cut out today, lads.
Yeah.
I'd always put our midfield against them, and yet we were second best all day long. And that, to me, isn't even tactics or anything like that. That's, I don't know, is it fatigue? How do you put it down? Is Pogba still recovering from COVID? Is Bruno still knackered from last season? Is Matic not able to play as many games? I don't know, but you know these aren't bad players.
That comes down to
I'm
coaching
always,
and drilling.
Is it drilling? Is that
I
what it
think
is?
that's
Is it off the pitch?
what we're seeing in that
ground stuff?
defence, and just the whole thing is just abysmal.
So what-
and look, I know I've criticised Maguire. He's not a bad defender. You know, he's not this bad.
Those
course he's
goofy
not. That's
fucking
basic.
taking the
He's
ball
not
up in
this
the air
bad, like,
nonsense.
no.
He's better than that.
Not even
we saw last
standing on a
season
free
he's better
kick.
than that.
Just
But then he needs to be held accountable.
He
as
oh, he
well.
does.
He's
I
the
agree.
only one that isn't.
No,
it's
he
almost
is.
like
He
the
is.
defence is bad because we haven't found a partner for Maguire.
just
Well,
quickly.
actually, it's not.
Naresh says, I heard that clubs still use fax machines to make transfer offers to other clubs. Would you know if this is true? Just curious.
I read a good article on The Athletic the other day where it kind of spoke about how a lot of negotiations and stuff happen these days, and that things like WhatsApp and that have become more key. I think faxes are used for official things, or maybe when you want to stall a deal, like United did.
Also, when you think, it's like, if you want to get documents over to someone, if
Isn't,
you email it and someone's got to download it, and we've got this Word operating system this way. If you fax someone, that shit's being printed out immediately, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you've got a Mac, I've got a fucking...
Exactly. Oh, you've sent it on OneNote, and you're like, what the fuck is OneNote? I can't open this.
I got one note.
Rusin and Donov says, thoughts on Bruno Maguire's shenanigans? Grealish, crying emoji, Buendia, Sa or Ben Rama.
Your boy.
Come on.
You love
Three of
Ben
them
Rama.
are your boys.
I don't even know where Benrahma, but bring Benrahma, please. He's fun.
The Ben Rama ball.
Just bring him in. If he fails, we'll sell him again. Just like everyone else, I suppose. Do you know what? I'm just done with transfers and football. I don't care who we
We've
sign.
still got 35 minutes left, yeah.
I don't care who we sign anymore. I'm done.
What do you mean you're done?
I'm done.
What have you done?
Because it's just a waste of time, man. We talk all this shit about Sancho for 2 years. It doesn't even come. What's the point?
You are right. He is fucking right.
On that note,
Jay, pick us up.
well,
He's done me there. I'm not joking. It's just now that I've just realised Sancho ain't coming.
But the thing is, right?
It's just now.
Right.
It's just it, mate. Sancho ain't coming.
Says Maguire 50 million, Lindelof 40, Bissaka 50. The board have spent money. Is the board at fault or the manager? I don't think so. Ollie should go. 140 million spent. Maguire was a lot more than that, I think.
I just hate every time United tweet. I feel like punching.
I'm calling it a day, guys. I feel like Sancho will never end up being a United player. Love your content since FTD days. It's amazing you guys are staying live for so long. Adam, check your email so I can help you beat the algorithms. Cheers.
Up the red too.
Right, I would never accuse you two of being naive, but
Thanks.
I do feel you've been a bit naive with this Sancho thing. Why were you so confident?
What? 6 weeks ago? You weren't
You've been
confident?
No. Well,
you didn't expect Sancho?
It's just become more and more obvious we weren't getting him.
But it seemed like one
up
of them where
until
they were
today, you've
tricking
still been
us.
saying, I think we
It
can still
seemed
do
like
it.
Ed Woodward had a bit of banter up his sleeve and he was going to announce it last thing. We know what he's like. He's a vibesman. Or whatever they say. Is it vibesman, isn't it?
He's a dickhead.
He's a dickhead. But it turns out he's a dickhead. I thought he was a vibesman.
We thought he had vibes, but really he
It's
had
nothing.
dick.
I thought he was going to be like Sancho. Imagine Woodward turns around, he's got a Sancho suit
doing
on.
that.
Sorry.
You don't have this on Sky.
God.
Jim
Woodward.
White fucking.
Imagine Woodward turned round at the Spurs match. He had his mask on. Woodward stood up and walked out 6-1. Walked up the stairs. Sancho 7 on his back. Announced like that. 6-1 down in the ground.
I would love it if that happened, but honestly,
man.
There were 7 goals at Old Trafford today. Well, we've got a new number 7.
Cavani.
all part of the master
But I
plan.
just hate it because now they've got, like, Cavani's got this nickname Matador. Now they're going to keep, our Matador's here. Fuck off!
And you know what you're going to see, don't you?
You didn't even want him a week ago.
You know you're going to see training pictures. Juan Matador, them two next to each other.
Oh, fuck off.
Abhishek
saved you a
says,
click.
is the Twitter rumours of a Bruno Maguire rift in the dressing room true?
I hope so.
personally think Bruno Rashford could be a better vocal captain. I'm all about Marcus.
I reckon that's probably
Christian Stilo says, waiting for a right wing now feels like an episode of Sunderland Till I Die. Should we have gone for Zart? Love you guys. Yes, we should have.
What was that other one?
The Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno. I hope Bruno did that.
I think he did.
I hope he punched him up.
Well, I don't.
Treated him like he was the Greek police.
Wow.
Deserved it. He deserves locking up for that defending, not for what he did in Greece.
That was nice, that. A real turn of phrase, that one.
It's true. It's true. Bro,
Would you say?
I agree.
I
Message.
defended him.
I know.
I defended him for
I
that.
know.
I never came out and said, "Yo, take the captaincy off him" and all that. I had every right to do that after what he
Would
did
you
last
take
season.
Zart and Rodon?
I don't know what I rolled on is.
What is it, like it's a Pokemon or something? Oh, you can't Rodon? I don't know what
even?
I've got a
Rodon is.
shiny road on here.
I think Adam's on the fence on that one.
I'd take Sarr at this
I
point.
would.
But then
I just want
playing-
Gary
stop leaning on
Pellistri.
that.
I
You're
am.
making me nervous.
He's like 20, isn't he?
21, I think, or 22.
So it's just a...
But
We're getting Sancho next year.
he's
lads.
young. He's got Premier League experience.
We can't get him. We're getting Sancho instead next year.
You could still get him and get Sancho because he wouldn't cost that
But
much.
we're getting an 18-year-old right winger for potentially 40 million euros. Let's not forget about that. Amad Diallo is coming.
Is this it now then? Forever for Sancho? Like, is it?
It is.
Yeah, guys, get involved in the comments. Let us know what you
He's
think. Do you
gonna
ever
go
think
somewhere
you will
else.
see Jadon Sancho in a Manchester United shirt? Let us know. 2 new right wingers, Chris Saylor says, means Sancho is never coming.
His hair smells like Tresemme, by the way. You use Tresemme, don't you?
I do. How do you know?
Black Ball.
Yeah, but I haven't washed it in a couple of days.
Smells like Tresemme.
Remarkable.
Tom G says Diallo will be like Martial. Don't
It's like
worry,
we're
I hope you're right,
sponsored
mate.
by-
10 years in the salon.
Jaskaran Bulai in the super chat says, why didn't we go for Party?
How
45
come that
million
fella
release
there have a
clause.
tick next to his name? Let's go on in there.
You're obsessed with clout, you aren't you?
Clout.
Clout
Kyle
chasing.
Pickering says Sancho is overrated. I can get on board with that. It's overrated, didn't want him anyway.
Should we try and spin that?
Didn't want him anyway. Look
When
at all
I've
the
seen
trouble
him
he's
for
been getting
England, he
himself
never
in.
got a trick.
Hey,
I'll do a video crying. Didn't want him anyway.
Sancho.
We got Pellistri.
Load of rubbish, mate.
Got Pele. Shut for Pele.
We got Matador. Fuck off. I fucking hate United's Twitter. Whoever runs that Twitter account. And you know what? They've got a cheek as well. I know every time they tweet, they throw their phone across the room.
Like, we've done it, boys. Yeah.
Matador. Piss off.
Right.
Come on.
Anyone seen Marcus Rojo? People keep asking, what is the script, Marcus Rojo, Mako?
Oh, yeah. You should know.
Where is he?
You like him because he's feisty. Tell us what's going on.
Where is he then?
Who?
Marcus Rojo.
Marcus Rojo.
Sorry to interrupt you.
He's going to be a United player next season, isn't he?
I can.
Unless we sell him to Bristol.
I can be happy about that.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
What, Rojo?
He's better than Maguire.
But he's on 150 grand a week, isn't he?
No, he's not better than Maguire. But
How?
he wouldn't have allowed what happened yesterday.
How
to
has
happen
Anthony Martial
without getting sent
got a
off?
red card for United and Marcus Rojo hasn't? How
We
has
haven't even mentioned that
happened?
Anthony Martial's got a red card. He refuses to admit it.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. You either send him off or no one off. I mean, both off or no one off.
that's an option.
It was a disgrace. It was an absolute disgrace. Bro, my head, did you, on the kickoff, I'm sorry, my head absolutely went, bro. I was like, United should walk off this pitch. I was genuinely, like, it was that bad of a decision.
Yes. Let's just get a point
It was that bad
as
of
well
a
as
decision.
losing
Was
this
it
game.
not that bad of a decision?
You don't walk off the pitch because of a red card.
Remember when Lille tried it?
Yeah, and it wasn't the right thing to do
We
then.
should have walked off, bro.
Can you imagine? United are complete
Fuck this.
chaos.
I'm sick of this.
We're gone.
One team one day is going to do that. I'm
Yeah, but
sick of this
card?
shit.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
But that was not the time
There
for
are
it to
things
happen.
to walk off a pitch for.
And a red card.
One of your teammates slapping someone else in the face isn't
we've
one
got
of them.
VAR and no one looked at it.
They did
Why?
look at it. They look at it.
No, they didn't, bro.
And he stopped. He
They
stopped.
look at every red card.
He stopped. Martial
The
stopped.
ref red carded Martial without seeing anything.
Well, yeah, but he was right.
So then, why didn't you check what happened before that?
I think they did.
Just
I
quickly,
know,
Because
I
that
agree.
means that means VAR looked at it and said Lamela shouldn't be sent off, but we can't overturn your red card. How, Sway?
Right. Nikhil says, who is going to sign Sancho next season? Man United, Man City, Liverpool or Chelsea? I think Chelsea. Blair Craig says, we will see Sancho in a United shirt. Dortmund will probably destroy us in the knockout stages and he'll swap shirts with Paul Pogba.
The Blair Craig project. Sorry,
Very good.
never seen that.
Blair Witch Project. I went to the cinema and see it. It was rubbish.
Oh, cool.
Wasn't even scary.
Won't even bother. Won't even scared me.
Wasn't even
I
scary.
went home and just did a piss on the
Watched
wall.
it. Didn't even.
Which one's Blair? Which
Didn't even
project?
flinch.
The one where it's on
running around
camcorder, yeah, and you know all that nonsense.
Phil Walcott's done.
Phil Walcott, good prospect team. Keep your eye on him.
Speaking
One to watch for the
Speaking
future.
of wingers,
Need to smell your head.
Go
Smell
on.
his head.
oh, it's lovely that.
Smells like cocoa butter or cream or something.
Lovely.
E45 cream.
E45. E45 is good, you know. I just need to use that.
Come on then.
Right, come on.
a little dry
What back
patches.
to
What we
back
got
to
in
Ali.
then?
We've got 27 minutes.
We've got 27 minutes
to get the Jadon
for the
Sancho
transfer
deal
window.
done.
Motherfucking slam short. We've still got
And then-
Jadon Sancho. He's on the plane.
We've
Who
got
else we got?
Put him on a plane, bring him home from Spain. Viva Ronaldo.
Would you take Cristiano Ronaldo there?
Yeah, bruv. Imagine if Ronaldo never left. We'd be sitting on 7 Champions Leagues and 26 league titles. Fucking, it'd be amazing.
It would be amazing. We will see Sancho in United shirt. Dortmund will probably destroy the knockout stages. Yeah, I would love to see it. I would love to see Sancho.
I'd love
in
us to
United
play Dortmund.
Right.
Injure Sancho for a year.
Timo says,
So they can't even get a transfer fee. That's what you get.
This is a question
shirt.
for
That's
you.
not fair on him.
Would you take
not fair on him.
Hassan Hüttl as a replacement for Ollie when the time comes? I'm going to say no.
Have you lost your horse and
I would.
noodles, mate?
I'm going
Really?
to say
Why?
what? The guy, right?
Okay, no. I'm answering the wrong question there.
All right, well,
I'm
answer
answering
the right one then.
The question was, would I take him as a replacement for Ali? No.
Right.
Do I think he's a better manager than Ali?
Oh.
On the other hand.
Right. Rich Rivera says Cavani knowledge is 9 will help Martial and Greenwood. Don't sleep on the signing.
Yes, I agree. I think it's a very good signing. I think it's just been it's
If we signed it on the first week, we'd be happy.
Max K says, boys, absolute shambles. 33-year-old free agent number 7.
agent number 7.
Agent number 7.
James Bond. This. I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second here.
Go on.
Now we've seen a bit of a shambolic end to this transfer window. All these
Yes.
rush signings coming at the end. Tellez. We've seen Cavani. If we'd have signed Tellez a couple of months ago,
Yes.
do you think we would have got him for such a low fee, 13 million euros? If we'd have signed Cavani a couple of months ago, when he was still asking for 250, 350 grand a week, do you think we would have got him on the sort of 150, 200 grand a week that we've got at the moment? Do you think by waiting, obviously the big Sancho transfer didn't happen, I'm just talking about these two transfers specifically, do you think by waiting with these two, we've actually ended up with a better deal for him than if we'd have got him earlier?
We might have paid a bit more. but ultimately you benefit from the fact that these players are then integrated into your squad earlier. You have them in your team, and I don't know because I've never been part of a professional club and been all that, but I feel like the players are affected by the negativity around the window. The manager's affected by that. Going into work thinking, all right, how am I going to get around this season? How am I going to get the signings I want? When you can see them already there in front of you and you get to work and your players are coming back, and we had players coming back and seeing Chris Smalling still in the canteen. Bruv, what are you doing here? Phil Jones still here? Huh? What's Andreas Pereira still doing here? Like, thought we were supposed to be doing things different this year. Like, they must come back and think that. And I think Ollie's trimmed our squad magnificently well. When you look at the players that have left, Sanchez, Andreas, Smalling have left, Delo and Chong on loan. Last year,
Young,
Lukaku, Alexis, Young, Darmian. We've got rid of the right players. But because the incomings have been so slow, it's made it more difficult to get those players out, the other players that are still here out as well. We are a shambles, isn't it? We are a shambles, and we're runners. We like to portray ourselves in commercial deals, and I imagine in meetings and to the world, and to when we go abroad to pre-season tours and that. We like to kind of give it the big one. We're Man United, and people can't do things like us, and this, that, and the other. When actually we're falling behind a lot of clubs
Across
in the league,
board as well.
and a lot of clubs worldwide. If you look at the Premier League, Everton are going somewhere, bro. Arsenal, I don't know about Arteta personally, but they will have a plan to try and get more competitive, even if it is just getting Champions League football. Chelsea, they've got an owner that wants to win the league. They haven't got a manager that will win the league, but they've got an owner that wants to win the league. And City, Liverpool, we already know about them. Like, bruv, imagine Newcastle had them Saudis coming. That would have been another team ahead of us. Like, it's all these teams that are improving, and because of the TV money, because of all that, we can no longer get by on, well, we're Man United. We're Man United. Like, that's all. It's like Ed Woodward's running around thinking, yo, you know who I am? I'm CEO of Man United. No one cares anymore, bro. Them days are gone. You haven't got Fergie there anymore. You haven't got these guys there anymore that make you look like a great football institution. What about us is a great football institution? Our history. Because our owners aren't. Our CEO ain't. Like, who on our board, who are the members, who are the true footballing men on our board?
Well, the ones that are footballing men don't have any say. It's a nominee like Fergie and Bobby Charlton don't have any say.
And even if they did,
it's an ambassadorial type role.
They fucking retired years ago.
Like they
if
literally can't.
Fergie cared about football anymore, he'd still be a manager. We've got no direction, and we can try and have managers come in. And look, I think Ollie's out of his depth. I think that's been the case from the start. And if you have owners that care about you as a football club and what you do on the football pitch, Ollie's never appointed in the first place. You know what I mean? It's never happened. So people can blame Jose. You can blame Ollie and say Ollie should be sacked. Or you can say Jose deserved to get sacked, which he did. Louis deserved to get sacked, which he did. Moyes deserved to get sacked. Yes, he did. But along the way of all those managers, there's decisions that are made around the football club that affect their well-being, affect how they can do their job, affect them mentally even. Jose cracked, bruv. What if Ollie decides to do that now? Because everyone's already saying to him, just say it. Say that you don't like the owners. Like, people are saying, come on, do a Jose. That's
Did
what they want him
Jose do that though? I keep hearing his Jose did it though. I don't remember him.
He never ever said it with his
chest. I saw him doing things on the pitch.
He slagged his players off more than the owners. He was happy to slag the players off.
Or he'd say, look what other clubs can do. So he's not saying it about United, but he's pointing at what other clubs can do.
Just quickly, some of the super chats are building up. Robinho says, my question is, when are we as the fans going to start holding the players and the board accountable instead of constantly blaming Ollie? Ollie has his targets, it's down to the club to get them signed. Luke Hostad says, changing from one depressing to a subject to another, I feel for David, losing 6-1 at the start of his career and possibly the end.
Go to YouTube page, I can find that list, a better list of super chats. Once they disappear, you lose them, right?
Yeah. If you can help me out with that.
Go to the live streaming page, they'll be there.
All right, thank you, because I'm like fighting against the clock here.
I've
just lost one.
Fighting with you what?
From Chris Winterburn on Twitter.
I've just lost the one that I had then.
It's all right, I'll get it back. Read that tweet there.
Chris Winterburn, whoever he is, says no update on Farney.
I know who you are. Who are you?
Gary Palestri's move to Manchester United. Medical was done today. Seems all that missing is the announcement, but the wait for that is ongoing at the moment. I'd say this is perhaps the signing United fans should be really excited about for the future? Well, Chris Winterburn, hopefully he knows his stuff.
He
Where was
works
it
for
up there?
Marca or Marsa, so hopefully you should know.
Changing from one depressing subject to another. All right, I did that. Phil Jones outlasted Smalling, bright future.
Yeah.
Cavani deserves respect. Board will shaft Ollie. It's a matter of time. Does any blame? Tom Schaubbolt says, does any blame go to Ollie? Ollie doesn't fix our slow start this season or the end of last season. Investment has been made with little return.
Well, not with little return, I wouldn't say. Like, it took us, the investment that we made in January took us from 6th to 3rd. That's a return. And we're 4 games in, or 5 games in. We've won 3 of them. It's not good. I'm not saying that it's been good so far. And we've lost 2 games in the league. They've both come in the league, which has been awful. The 6th one was horrific against a team that wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But we're not on the pitch. Isn't completely diabolical just yet. It's pretty shit.
Someone in the
we're so early in the season.
Arsalan X saying Jose didn't deserve to be sacked. We have this habit, right? Of
can't
whoever's
do that.
not there, or whoever's not playing, or whoever's out, or whoever's not available, or whoever's gone. We have these rose-tinted glasses where we go, oh, if only they were here, or that didn't deserve. He should have been given a better chance. Listen, that performance at Anfield, Jose's last game, you knew everything you needed to know, that it was over. It was over for him. He wanted to go, you could tell. It was over for the players, and it was over for United fans. He had to go. And
Jose was
like
good.
Jose,
And it'll be over at
but it was
Spurs real
done.
soon. Stop falling for the social, you dickheads.
Why Southampton and Brighton players look like well-drilled and ours not ever? Is it because of lack of ability? Whom to blame?
Coaching.
I mean, we beat Brighton 3-0 the other day. I know it was
So
only
Southampton and Brighton finished like 10th, 15th, 17th.
we just beat Brighton as well. So
I get it. I understand the
We
point.
just beat Brighton twice.
We finished 3rd last season. It's so early.
But surely you can understand what some of them are saying in the fact that
I do understand.
Brighton with Graham Potter, and I take nothing. Ollie in the big games has been amazing, but what these lot are saying is we're looking at clubs that are more than the sum of their parts.
Yeah.
So why are we not performing to a level where we are just the sum of our parts?
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
And we've talked a lot about what goes into that. You just mentioned there the ownership, the way the club's been run.
No, but that's down to coaching.
No,
bro.
I'm
That's
getting
down
into that. I know. There's a lot of reasons is what I'm saying. So we've got this one end at the top where you've got these people who don't have the ambition. You've got at the middle level where you've got Solskjaer who we're not sure exactly how good he is because he's never won any big trophies, so we don't know. We've got players as well who seem to give up pretty easily.
It still pisses me off about like 3 semi-final things last season because no matter what, when Ollie goes, if he'd have really just won a trophy last season and he went this season, you could still say, you know what, he had that moment, he won us the FA Cup or whatever, or even the League Cup, the Europa, whatever. He came in, he did what he needed to do, he won us a trophy, and then made some changes that needed to be made and moved on or whatever. But now, I'm fearful this is all going to end in tears. Please do, mate.
No Memphis Depay to Barca. No Ousmane Dembele to Man United. No Eric Garcia to Barca. Rafinha from Barca to PSG on a permanent deal going to be completed on the next minutes. No Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. Manchester United are saving €100 million and today in talks only for loan deals.
They're not saving it, are they? The owners will fucking have all that.
That money isn't there to be saved.
What a disgrace that is.
It's like they've known all along they wouldn't sign Jadon Sancho.
The condos.
Have they just fucking strung us along, do you think? Is there a chance that they have?
Absolute cocktease there.
Did they ever make an actual bid?
Reportedly,
I think they
95
made
million.
bids they know is not going to get accepted.
Did they actually, a proper official, here's your 100 million or whatever?
The reports are that
It was
that we offered 90, but then other people said we were going to offer 90, but then Dortmund made it clear they weren't going to accept
so it. Wasn't like.
So
Do you know what I mean? You know,
We're broke, boys.
I think we might be.
We thought Arsenal are broke. Arsenal say they're broke every year and then have a better summer than us.
They spend so much money. Oh, we ain't got any money. Pepe, there you go,
Ryan
75
Davidson
million.
says the only way to cheer me up is a big hug from Joe. I promise I don't have the Rona.
Yeah, go on then.
Tom Fox says, could Class United 2 buy United in the future? They have experience with Salford and Bex is loaded.
They could
He hasn't got £4 billion.
They could be a portion of, or the face of a business that buys them.
You do know they don't own Salford City either.
Exactly.
They do, but they don't.
No.
It's Peter Lim, bruh.
Yeah. They could be the forward face of it.
Mohammed says, do you
best.
think Troy Deeney would be a
They
good
are
signing?
business partners of a bigger business partner called Peter Lim, who runs things. He owns Valencia. He owns Salford City. He owns a few other bigger clubs. He runs things in Singapore as well as all over the place. Bro, Peter Lim's the guy. It's not. You think David Beckham thought, oh, I want to buy Salford City. Gary Neville might have had the idea.
Potential.
David Beckham loves Salford, mate. He's
does.
always wandering around West at dusk. I don't know what you're talking about. Guys, do hit like, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe as well. If you're not subscribing, as Maka often reminds us, lots of people watching this won't be subscribing to the channel, so make sure you are.
Has anyone signed Ben Rama?
There's rumours of a Saar bid there, but I've just checked it and I can't see it.
Aidan Gee says investment in the youth team and signing a mix of youth and experience in this window is the plan to be challenging in 3 to 4 years' time rather than 1. Again, though, my problem with that is, who's the manager going to be in 3 to 4 years' time?
Also, Sancho's 20 or 21. That is an investment for the future.
Right. Bang
He's
on.
not worse in 3 years. He's better.
There's not, the two aren't mutually exclusive.
No.
You can invest for the future and the current if you buy young players who are good enough now.
Exactly.
Inet board. Oh no, I think I've read that one. Sorry.
People saying Pochettino's new manager. Didn't we go for Zaha? I think that's done, isn't it? We're not going back in for Wilfried Zaha now. There's no need for that.
Even by our
Willie
standards.
Willie Zaha, hey, Willie Zaha.
Tom S says Inet board manager has to be accountable. Writing on the wall for Ole. Not bad. Also not good enough. Club's a mess. I think the club is a mess, mate. Would you take Bielsa if Ole goes? Someone's saying no, I fucking wouldn't.
There you go.
I would.
Perisic and Coutinho won
point.
the treble. I think the concepts of loans versus buying might be overrated. It's about a team that can do a job. I wish brought a starting winger, but I think transfers.
Are people trying to
so
convince
far
themselves that loans are
okay.
better?
Whilst I agree in theory that supplementing a team with loans can improve it and take it to the next level, the thing is they had 9 players already that were very good. You then give options in Perisic, you give options in Coutinho that can take you just that little bit extra on top of things. Like Igalo did with us in the Europa League last season. I know it's on a much smaller scale. But you see how you need to rely on different players, what I'm saying. They've got this team, and then they put Coutinho on top. We've got this team, and we'll put Igalo on it.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Dev the King says Woodward gave us a willy tease. Hashtag no Sancho.
Hashtag no Sancho. Oh, is he going to be
is someone on the coffees? Is someone making coffee? Or?
Get brewing. Who's brewing up? This is rough.
I need to
Party
fart.
to Arsenal is
I need to
done.
fart at the moment. I've been holding it in.
So Arsenal have
Thomas Partey was one of my top. I wanted Sancho, Partey and Grealish. And got none of them.
Oh.
I wanted Telles, Van Der Beek and Cavani. So I'm actually very
How
happy.
come Arsenal sacked
Get that
Gunnasaurus?
shit off my
They haven't
fucking
sacked
screen.
him. He's coming back.
We've got
they sacked
over
Gunnasaurus.
10,000 people watching the stream.
Oh shit!
Well done, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks for supporting
everyone
the channel. That's fantastic.
This is,
Make sure you like and
That is the
subscribe
most
as well.
people Joe has ever been live in front of.
No, that's not true.
Isn't that true?
Sermon on the Mount, bitch. Carry on.
What? Wait,
You don't
what?
know your Bible references, mate. Carry on. Come on.
Someone, Mohammed Ono, get Julian Nagelsmann.
Thank you.
Cavani will be on 200k a week. Is that an okay wage?
No.
I think he's on
For
around
what?
175.
It should be if you're like the president of Earth representing Earth in the Universal Council or something. But not for a human footballer, no, that's way too much.
As opposed to what?
But if we separate it
dog
from reality,
football.
no, I'm saying, if we separate this from reality and you put it in illogical football money terms, yeah, it's fine.
Ryan Davidson asked a good question. How much deadwood could Woodward chuck if Woodward could chuck Woodward?
He's chucked quite a lot of deadwood, to be fair.
The only bit of dead wood he needs to chuck is himself.
Oh, fucking
I was going to say
hell.
something a lot worse, and I don't want to say it,
that was
otherwise they'll
hot,
probably
that.
ban my season ticket.
Yes.
That was hot, mate.
It had another sentence on
I
the
can
end of
tell.
that.
We can
Ended a
guess.
bit abrupt, that one.
Someone's saying Peter Lim has fucked Valencia, so
Weren't they improved over the last couple of
I
seasons?
don't know. I think they had a merry-go-round of
He
managers,
sold
didn't they?
Valencia, someone say.
No, he's fucked it.
He's fucked
Yeah,
Valencia.
he fucked Valencia. They hate him. Well, so didn't Salford City kind of hate him when they went in and he changed it from orange to red? You know that shit. Remember that?
I saw a little bit of that league
Like
of their
30
own.
people on Twitter
Yeah,
morning.
that league of their own. Where it was like 87-year-old women going, I've always stood here and I don't like the fact you're putting seats here now.
Used to always walk my
Gary
dog
Neville
when there was a
like-
game on.
Yeah, Gary Neville's like,
Across
"Yeah,
the
we-
pitch."
We'll listen to your concerns, we get it, but we're going to ignore them.
Get her away. Get her away. Get a bulldozer on her.
I love that. People think listening to the concerns means they're going to get resolved. No,
yeah.
just listen to it.
It just means it hurts even more when
It's like
I do
Ed
what I was going
Woodward
to do anyway.
or the club saying to the fans, we'll listen to your concerns.
Ben Jones says, Joe's hair smells of disappointment.
It does actually. What the fuck?
Someone else is saying, Poch has won nothing. That's accurate.
So have we.
Poch has won nothing, Adam. Remember that.
What the fuck do you want me to do with that information?
Someone, Ken is saying,
He won my heart.
Do you know what? I wish this were true
He was
because I
just
love this
right.
guy. Ken is saying Cavani is a Batistuta type player. Great signing. I'll tell you what.
Oh, I don't know. No, Batty goal was a bit special.
Batty shooter
Batty goal
was the man, mate.
My favourite thing about Batty goal was, you know, like if I watch his goals just for the sound. So like, there's one free kick he took, which was an indirect free kick, which was just like 10 yards out, and someone rolls it back to him, and he fucks it into the net. But you don't see the ball move. You see like you just hear the net like just fuck up,
almost crash.
Like the power on him was. I remember at Old Trafford when he fucked one through. Was it Carroll or Bosnich?
No, not the worldie he scored.
Batty stood and he went like that, and he went through the middle of his hands.
Oh no! Batty shoot when he scored at Old Trafford. Was that not that?
It was a worldie, but it was a bit of a
hands. You know what? I never even noticed that. I always thought he just fucking.
I did. Well, I did.
Yeah. Webby always says that he did that because of him.
What?
What?
What, he taught him to be good?
Webby had something with him about giving him a picture that he hadn't give him, and he said when he did that, he ran over to Webby and started pointing at him. I believe
the second bit, but maybe not the first bit.
We're down to under 10 minutes
Webby was
left
just in the crowd.
Transfer window.
Batty Stu's gone.
That was me.
I'll sort you out. I'll give you a ring in a bit. I'll tweet you.
10 minutes left, Jay. We're going to sign.
Ugo Chukwu says, I'll get to that in a minute. Is there something to say about cutting the middleman by going for two starlets that could be decent? I didn't like the idea of Sancho. Financially irresponsible in the midst of an economic crisis. I agree. Didn't want him anyway.
Why have we got a stream that's set up for in 24 minutes?
That's this announcing Jadon Sancho stream, obviously.
No, but it says Edinson Cavani to United official.
Don't worry about that.
Can someone drag that down?
Is Gabriel Batistuta in the middle? What number do you reckon Cavani's getting? He's getting number 7.
We actually had people in that stream that hasn't started yet.
Not watching
waiting.
this one.
Not watching this one.
He could have been on both multi-tabbing it. Sanch, no. More like someone says there.
Oh, I need to start deleting tweets, you know.
What
tweets about Sancho?
Delete all.
Well, I should delete a lot of tweets.
8 minutes left in the transfer window. We're going to have to get, once the transfer window ends, we're going to have a wrap-up of all the ins and outs. Okay. And we're going to give our review overall.
We've not signed a striker, a right winger in 11 years.
Keeper was someone saying about that goal. Keeper was Raymond.
Where is he?
Ahmad.
You don't fucking come until January.
Not signed a right winger in 11 years, says Adam Jones.
Ahmad. Diallo. He's coming in January. He's 40 million euros. He better be a fucking right winger.
Which outgoing are you most sad about? Says Cool Dude.
40 million, and we're acting like he doesn't exist. 40 million euros. That's.
Do you know what Football Manager?
That's Zidane in 2001 money.
You're going through your agent emails when you're looking for a signing on deadline day.
He better be good. I know we're all not bothered because he's not Sancho. Good. That's a lot of money to pay for someone.
This fella's playing in hopes and dreams on a little 18-year-old lad.
I am. I've done it before with Wayne Rooney and I'll do it again.
Which outgoing are you most sad about?
If he was any good, surely he's already here.
What, 18-year-old? You can't just get a work permit because he's really good.
Yeah.
Excuse me, off it. Oh, they've closed. Tell him how good he is. They'll open back up again.
Yeah, but it's true. If you're really good, you get a work permit.
No.
Nah, you don't.
Not on a day's notice.
What was it? It was the one we couldn't. Michael Essien couldn't get a work permit.
Yeah. Oh. And he was good.
He got one for Chelsea.
Yeah, he was pretty good though, wasn't
he? Who's the outgoing player you're most gutted about?
None of them.
Not gutted. The only one that I remotely think of, Diogo's one. Smalling for me, I think he's done a lot for United. I know he's unfortunately not been amazing, but he's one of those players that he tries every week. I know that's pathetic and it should be the minimum requirement. But watching United in the last few years, you can't say that about everyone. And he's decent defensively, doesn't fit the system now. I'm happy for him, to be fair for him. He's one of the few where you think, actually, he's taking a step that is better for him than being at Man United at this current time. Not because Roma are better than United, but because it just suits him better. Dalot does feel a bit upsetting, doesn't it? Because it seems like the beginning of the end for him, but he's only a loan, so he might come back.
Sorry for interrupting you again. We've hit 5,000 likes, so thank you to everyone that has hit that like button. I believe we've hit it. Someone commented in the comments saying we've hit it.
Thank you.
If they lied, then hit it, so we hit it.
Jim White just said United might have one more to announce.
Jim White have just said Man United might have one more to announce.
That's that Palestri.
Are you joking?
No. That's Palestri.
I'm going to be sick.
And it's also Jim White.
I'm going to be sick.
It's Palestri, man.
What
it's
if
not
it's fucking
Sancho.
I'm going to be sick.
It's not Sancho.
Jim White and Sky Sports have just said we might have one more to announce.
For Jim White and he's nonsense.
In the next 5 minutes.
Jim White is nonsense without the sense.
Get me a bucket.
He's just...
Get me a bucket, mate. I'm going to fucking throw up.
I hate Jim White.
I'm going to fucking throw up.
I love Roberto.
What if it's him?
You know the funny thing is, I tweet trash about Jim White every day, and TalkSport still follow me every night and go, do you want to jump on?
They must know, innit?
Their
producers are like...
Goldstein and Cuddy must be like, yeah, we hate him too.
Yeah, we know. You're right.
We open on a scene at Old Trafford.
Go on.
Pitch black.
Yeah.
A drone slowly ascends as the lights come on. Smoke billowing across the pitch. As the drone rises, you just see on the pitch, Sancho, 7. Big letters, 11 o'clock, announced. Jim White's knob falls off live on air, and so does mine.
We need Charles Styles from Mystery Diners to contact someone at Man United and go undercover to find out what the fuck's going on during the transfer window.
What's this one last signing announcement going to be? Surely it's not Pelestri.
Man, the geezer that's coming later.
No, he knows it'll be a fucking noodle sponsor.
Wait, there might be one more signing, you nerds.
Someone said, by God, that's Sancho's music.
Yeah, what if it is?
Oh, mate.
What if it is?
JR going mad.
What if, has he got a representative like Brock Lesnar has?
So hold on, are we not allowed to go off because Jim White said?
There's 4 minutes left, we don't have long to wait. There's another announcement coming tonight. My throat's gone, I'm going to be sick.
Right.
No, I'm not alright. How can I be alright?
We're not signing this fella.
You're refreshing something, you've got a feeling.
And
What do
when
you
I
know?
get
What are you
that
saying?
Feeling.
Something's happening at Jay.
It's not, you sound like Andy
On
Burton.
Sky Sports, they've just
I've
said
just
that there might be
spoken
another
to
announcement.
Sam Allardyce, who told me something is happening.
What is it? What are you checking? See, you're getting itchy feet and all.
No
You can't
fucking-
resist.
no
He's retweeting. He's
fucking
retweeting.
way.
He stood up in the back. What if it happens? Who are you texting? Text Fergie.
No fucking way.
Fucking text Fergie. Just
Someone,
text him.
what was the free board's
It's
name?
time for Marty to dust off his boots and go right wing.
No, my right wing days ended about 20 years ago.
He left
Like,
the Tory party 20
yeah.
years ago.
Yes.
Like, what's his
And
name
now-
from the royal family?
Was alright, was alright.
Yeah. 3 minutes 35 left on this summer/autumn transfer window. Man United have completed the signing of
James Cooper on Sky Sports
Nicholas.
claiming that United have also signed Bruno this summer as it was brought forward. What?
Piss yourself.
Because
mate.
we paid some money off this. The briefing from United. This is why I hate
Wait.
these.
This is why they let him in.
Look on the
into
screen. Look on the screen.
Oh, there you go. United have completed the signing of Facundo Pelistri.
And it's not your fault for Sundo, but we thought it might be Sancho.
Clucking bell.
We didn't. You
did.
thought. You thought.
Why am I going to throw up then if it's not Sancho?
TalkSport have been pretty bang on with their transfers in the last week.
Which is weird, isn't
They
it?
got a few of United's right.
Because they've been.
Cavani.
They
right.
can be very up and down. James Cooper. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Cam's
There's
on the
another
ball
one.
today. I love it.
There's another one.
Cam has actually worked like he's
Romano
very
said
good
no
today.
Sancho. No shit. Thanks for that, Fabrizio.
Yeah, but why did James White say that then? We've got 2 minutes 38 left.
White.
He was very formal. James White. My office, please.
James White.
We're all cracked up.
I think
And
we're
oh,
losing
by the
it.
way, this
Yeah,
geezer
I've
don't
done
play on
that,
the
we've done
right
that
wing.
one.
He plays in the Marcos Senna role.
Yes. He was very underrated, man.
He should have come to United.
You know, we got.
He
Apparently
made
he was
Ricardo
lined
who he
up.
was.
He was lined up.
They're
but we
talking
got
like there might be
Hargreaves.
another signing.
I would have rather Hargreaves.
Someone's
That
saying
season,
Sancho.
that season was phenomenal.
Someone's saying Sancho done deal in the
Is it
comments.
true that we are finishing 2020 summer transfer window with the net spend lower than Chelsea had during their transfer ban?
Yes! Yes, we are, because they signed
That
fucking
Seamus
Kovacic and they
is
signed
very good.
Pulisic while they had a transfer ban. Tevez confirmed. Domestic window still open. Which right wing should we sign? I mean, there's only Salah that's been even remotely mentioned.
Ismail
about.
Assar is the only one possibility I can see.
Someone send me Woodward's address.
You still thinking
Is
Sancho?
Ross Murphy asks, is James White James Brown's brother?
What would you do if United announced Sancho coming in January? Now? Would you take that?
If what, sorry?
If they said Sancho's coming in January, would you take that?
I'd say, yeah, if Jadon Sancho was coming in, 2 months' time? Fucking hell, yeah.
Look at the comments trying to
We've
get
got
me.
Sancho, Paul Pogba, and Fred.
We're deluded.
We haven't.
I'm going to bed.
Thankfully, there's still 1 minute 27 seconds left of the transfer window, or 19 seconds, sorry. Maybe we can still get something done.
We've got, yeah. There's still deals to be made. Ring Sancho now. I know there's only a minute left, but ring him.
Arsenal got
Just
tons
say,
of
just play for
parties.
us. What do they do if he just steps on the pitch for United?
Can we get rid of that guy who keeps going about Ronaldo?
Yeah, we've seen that. We've read that one out.
Bro, boys, guys, girls, when you comment something, I don't understand if you say it 3 times just on a half chance, we might read one. But after 12 times, 15 times, you might just need to realise it might not be as funny as you thought it was, or we've moved on.
Here we go.
We appreciate you and we love you though.
Yeah, we've read that already.
But we're sick and tired of this shit.
Told you that.
We're sick and tired.
We've got 11,000 people watching
11,000
this stream,
people watching.
and I think that
with
is
35
So,
seconds
idea.
to go.
Remember last transfer, not last transfer window, when Danny Welbeck left?
Don't
I did
remind me
Dan.
that.
Yeah, I did Dan. Dan. I'm going to do one about Woodward. You know the one where Eminem's chasing his missus through the... Kim.
Yeah.
So I should do one called Ed. No.
Cool, Kim.
Okay, you do that.
Chasing
So.
through
We'll
the
get that
bush.
recorded for you.
We'll do
We'll
that
get that
tomorrow.
out on your music label.
No,
Speaking of
we're
music,
getting
we've
that
got
out
like a
full-time
cool
doubles.
band. 10
Trevor
seconds to go. There'll be
Trevor
no
Paddock.
champagne
Trevor
and party pop. It's not New Year's Eve, this, innit? But shit.
Ask me what I thought of our transfer window.
What do you think of it? Wait, 2 seconds and closed. Starting soon. Brackets TM. What did you think of our transfer window, Adam? Now it's wrapped up.
That.
How long have we held that in for, you
Bang on
freak?
you, mate.
He's
2
held that in
hours
since
in
the
the
8th of
waiting.
August.
That's amazing.
8th of August he's been brewing that thing
fucking
for.
genius, mate.
Like,
Come on.
Oh, that was disgraceful, wasn't it? Transfer window.
That was it.
Let's talk about it.
Summary.
Let's get our confirmed ins out on the screen.
Fart
We'll
word
go through
review.
this before we go.
That stinks.
Before we go.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
That's
Trump.
he's talking about the transfer window, not my
Yeah.
So here's Man
He's
United's
subbed it up for
transfer
me.
window here. With there's potentially Gary Pallister on there as well. Cavani, Traore, Telles, Van Der Beek. Obviously we've seen Van Der Beek play for us already. Give us a few words, Jay, on United's transfer window this summer.
Completely and utterly underwhelming. It is. We're kidding ourselves, right? We're sort of making semi-excuses here, like, oh yeah, he's a better option at left back, and Cavani brings a lot of experience. But let's face facts. We were stood here 5 days ago saying we didn't want Cavani. We were stood here saying we need Jadon Sancho, we need Upamecano.
Are you French, bruv?
I'm a liar.
We
It was
were.
me.
Me and
I'm
him.
so happy we've got
The royal
Cavani
we,
now.
the editorial.
We.
You were saying we were going to get Jadon Sancho until this morning, and we've ended up.
I said it till fucking 48 minutes past 10.
Jim White triggered him, you fucking.
And then I came back. Jim White did me there.
So, whilst we will always support Manchester United players, and I'll get behind the signings we've made, I'm not going to pretend this is a great transfer window. It's a fucking shit one.
in terms of the people who've gone out before we go over to you, Adam?
Chong, I'm glad that Chong's got a loan deal because
Yeah.
it seems like he may still have a career at United when most people had thrown him under the bus or written him off. The loan with Maka, I have a little bit of a soft spot for him. Smalling, I think, will be remembered fondly. Won some trophies, over 200 games. Wasn't quite good enough at the level for most of the level we wanted, but was far from a bad United player. So, Sanchez, less said
Who's
about
he?
that.
He played for Baghdad United.
Is that so?
Small.
United's ins.
Oh, he's not a bad. Okay.
Not a bad lad.
Oh, not a bad lad. United
I think I can't
player.
remember what I said.
Who's a Baghdad United?
I don't
player?
even know what the fuck I said. I've lost the fucking
I
plot.
don't think he's good enough for them, to be honest.
No.
But moving on.
Other players have signed then.
Manchester United's transfer window.
Yeah.
Come on, let's talk about it. First off,
Go on.
let's talk about it on the whole,
Yes.
the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's not been good enough. The club have been a shambles. The board have been a shambles. Woodward's been a joke. Judge has been a joke, and they've failed another manager.
Mm-hmm.
They've failed the board. They failed they failed the fans. They failed the club. They failed the current team as well. After what we did last season, it wasn't amazing. Getting Champions League football, settling down a little bit, having some structure, having some foundations there. It was all set for us to go into this summer. We didn't need 5, 6, 7 signings. We needed Jadon Sancho and another couple of players. Maybe not even if you can't get Jadon Sancho, that's cool. Then do something else. But it seems like Manchester United have waited and waited and waited around, hoping that because we're Manchester United, people will crumble to us and bow down to us and do whatever we say and accept whatever bids that we put in. And that ultimately hasn't happened. So yet again, before I talk about Van Der Beek, Telles, Traore, Cavani and Pellistri, I have to talk about how the board have failed us, how this transfer window has not been good enough, and how the negativity surrounding the transfer window has, in my opinion, affected the season that we started with. Now, I'm not blaming the lack of a right winger or the lack of a left back on the performance we saw against Spurs or anything like that, but the mood around the camp. We know the importance of momentum. We saw it when Oli came in. We saw it last season after the break. We saw it when Bruno come in, the kind of lift everyone can have. And we didn't do that. And we had key areas that needed filling in, key areas. And it left us, because we didn't bring those players in, we couldn't get players out. That's the thing. Like, you can understand a £108 million deal taking a while. It's a lot of money, do you know what I mean? But you can't understand Alex Telles, 18 mil they wanted, and you're fucking around. Donnie Van Der Beek, we knew was 35 million. The only reason we got Donnie Van Der Beek was because we had Van der Sar's phone number.
Of course.
If we didn't have Van der Sar's phone number, Donnie Van Der Beek goes elsewhere. And it's like, we rely on these relationships with people that we already have. Mino Raiola, Van der Sar, Jorge Mendes in the past. We rely on these relationships with people because we don't have footballing people in the positions to use their networks. Ed Woodward can't bow somebody and say, yo, what players you got for me? He can bow an accountant or he can bow some some people to help him make a deal, or he can get someone, you know, to do that side of things. But he hasn't got the phone book or the connections to be able to deal with the footballing world, or the ability to. I think coming from, you know, a white collar industry, obviously football is now like that, but like coming from that to football is different. Like you need to be able to handle it, and he can't. And if this summer isn't an example of how far out of his depth him, Judge, and everybody else are, then use the rest, because we've had enough examples now. We don't need to keep trying and testing this. They'll brief, we're going to get a director of football again. We'll go back in this loop all over again. And what I will say to Manchester United fans is, whether it's transfer window or not, whether we get the players we want or not, you lot better keep standing on these lots' necks and make sure they know you fucking hate them, because they're awful. Now, let me get to the team and the players that we brought in, because you have to talk about that. But you can't allow that to take away from the players that we brought in.
You can't let that make you hate Cavani or
like,
Telles.
Do we need a striker?
Yeah.
Is Cavani a decent striker to bring in as a plan B? Yeah. So, is Cavani a good player to bring in? Yeah. Could we have done it earlier? Yeah. But he's here now.
Yeah.
Is he a great plan B? In my opinion, quality. To have someone like that around Martial, Rashford, he's better than Igalo. Great stuff. Alex Telles, I think he's a signing that we need. I haven't seen 20, 30 games of him. No. I've seen 5, 10 games of him. I've seen highlights of him. But what he seems to offer is what Luke Shaw can't. Do you know what I mean? He might not be defensively better than Luke Shaw, but is Luke Shaw even that defensively great when you see what's going on? Yeah. So going forward, I feel he offers us a different threat. And especially in those games at home, he'll be able to do something. Donnie Van Der Beek, I feel for this season, when he's come on the pitch, he's looked like our best player. And I think he's a real good signing that will fit in no matter which manager comes next or whoever. I think Donnie Van Der Beek will be here for a while. Traore and Palestri, I can't comment because I don't know. But what I would say is, I'd rather see us going. Like, if we went for Jadon Sancho at the start of the window and thought, fucking hell, these lot are wanting dough, you know. We can't make this happen in this climate. We can't do it. Let's get Dembele on loan. And they did it. You'd be like, they've got a plan. Like, you know, they're trying to fit. But it was almost like, by the end of the transfer window, Jadon will make that move happen for us. You know, he'll force it. It never happened. So look, I'm happy with the signings we've made. I feel if I was to rate that out of 10, look, Palistri don't come until the summer. I imagine Traore is not going to be involved immediately. You know, Cavani, Telles and Van Der Beek, out of 10, 6 or 7. You needed Sancho. You needed a holding midfielder or a centre-back to make it a 10 out of 10 window. The business we've done is okay. The manner of the business, it leaves a sour taste in the mouths of Man United fans. And we have every right to be angry. You lot have every right to be angry. I might question your method sometimes, or the way people go about it. You know, I don't think a hashtag is going to get rid of the Glazers. But trust me, I am with you in your anger. I'm with you in your frustration, because it's correct. Do you know what I mean? It's correct. That's all I got to say on the matter.
Couldn't agree more. I think, the players we've got in they're decent players, but they're papering over the cracks of another shambolic methodology behind the way we sign players. And another reason why to add on to what you said, Adam, another reason why it hurts or why it feels like it's such a failure of a summer is because it seemed like we turned a bit of a corner. It seemed like we'd changed the way we were doing things. And I'm not trying to single out Cavani. I don't like the comparison to Falcao or to Sanchez, but these last-minute deals of players who you think, Telles wasn't the first choice, and Cavani, was he the first choice? And we didn't even get any right wingers in the end except a young 18-year-old lad. It just seems like we've gone back to that place where we were 3 or 4 years ago, where we're just signing the biggest name available on the last day of the window. Because Van Der Beek, great signing. Telles could be excellent. He's been good for Porto. Cavani, as I keep saying, he's been one of the best strikers in the world for a decade. But it doesn't feel like these are the players that United wanted at the start of the window. It feels like it's what we were left with when we decided to get our act together on the last day. And again, it's just not good enough, and especially when it seems like we'd sort of moved away from that a bit. It seems we've got this plan, we like signing this young style of player, this style of player, people with experience in the Premier League. And then we just go and do this. And like I said, we shouldn't take out the players. Cavani's a great addition. Telles looks to be the sort of player we need, and Van Der Beek's already been good for us. But yeah, it just feels shit, doesn't it?
Do you think they are going away from that by... Does
signing
one player...
Yeah.
change the whole.
Well,
Well, you do need experience as well.
Yeah, I
right?
agree that they need experience, and more than anything, it's good that you've raised that, because more than anything, it feels like that. Whether they are or they aren't, they've allowed Twitter, social media, the media generally, the way the club is viewed, the way the fans view the club, to feel as though, fuck, we're back to where we were. Whether it is or it isn't, signing players on the last day of the window and they're big names like we're seeing here, it does have the feeling of, exactly, we won't know until 6-12 months whether it was the right thing or the wrong thing to do. But right now it feels like, fuck's sake, we've done what we said we weren't going to do again.
Vine in the super chat says, let's all take a moment and thank Fabrizio Romano for the remarkable work he has done in these days.
Some people have been gunning for him online.
Cheers to the best football
All I can say is shout out Fabrizio Romano. Shout out to all the journalists that have helped us over the last couple of weeks. Obviously, Jay and Ronaldo do the Tier 1 podcast. We've had loads of them feature on there. Fabrizio, Henry Winter, Christian Folk, loads of them.
Hafsi,
We've had a couple
Cooper,
of the
Simon
serious
Peace.
guys on there. So thank you to Fabrizio. Thank you to all them dons that have helped us throughout the transfer window. Also, thank you for Fabrizio, because I'm sure it's a couple of his tweets that broke my heart and made me think Sancho was definitely coming. Not his fault. He reported it as it was. But it seemed like United had agreed those terms all along and hoped that that would get the deal over the line. The player's willingness to make it happen. And ultimately, when a player doesn't want to ruin the relationships he has at a club, he's not going to do that. Go on, why are you smiling at?
So poor Jay's ready for bed.
I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. I was at Old Trafford at 7 a.m. That's all I'm going to say. And I thought, chat shit. Wait, I can't wait till you're years old. And I thought, maybe we do a little bit better business than we have done. I'm not going to lie.
That's why you stayed.
Well,
If you knew it was this, would you have stayed?
No, because I've stayed, you know what I mean? I'm professional. But I didn't think that this would be, I honestly thought it'd be like a little twist in the tail. I think if it was Sancho, I thought it might be, I don't want to keep banging on about it, I thought it might be someone like an Ismail Assar or another midfielder might come in. I know
Still
these
happen.
youngsters, and that could still happen, you're very right. A couple of these youngsters sort of came from nowhere. Great prospects. I mean, I remember being on holiday and heard we'd signed Ronaldo. And was like, Ronaldo, oh my God, I've just watched him for Real Madrid, so I was a partner. Like, no, not him. Kid from Sporting. I was like, fucking United. Shambles. So I'm not going to throw these kids under the bus. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying they're going to be the next Ronaldo, but you don't know a lot about him. Let's obviously get behind him and see what
And
he can do.
Pelistri's face, he looks like a baller.
He does.
He does actually.
doesn't he?
He does. He's got that face, hasn't
You
he?
can tell he's got a great touch.
You know when you were in school and there was that one kid that was just mint, like kept
That's
the ball at all
Pellistri.
times. That was Pellistri, and it was me,
So,
obviously.
it's not, these are good prospects. I just thought we'd have some more, or one more team-ready player. One who's ready
Journalists
to
are
come
excited
in.
about Pellistri, but what do they know? Diogo Dalot, what I will say to you, Diogo, is good luck at
Your mate,
AC
innit?
Milan. He is my mate. I messaged him to say good luck. He said thank you to the lads for wishing him luck.
Yeah.
His post on Instagram did seem to be quite final. He said, I've learnt a lot in these last 2 years, thank you, which made me think maybe it's the end. If it is, we've made a friend. We can always go out to Milan. We can always go watch a game with him.
Yeah.
Why not?
So,
And he's still got a lot of
we're
potential,
doing
I think, Diogo as well.
We'll be doing that. I think Diogo's mint. I think it's similar to the Reguilon situation at Real Madrid. So Real Madrid had Mendy, they had Marcelo. Well, we've obviously not got that quality of fullback at the moment, but we had players ahead of him in the pecking order, whether right or wrong, but it was the case. And he wasn't going to get the football here at United, so he needed to be gone. Chris Smalling, how you feeling about that?
I'm sort of glad to see him go because I think he deserves the move and I want to see him move on. And I think that some of the stuff that's been said about Chris Smalling, on both ends of the spectrum, the idea that he's our best defender and also the idea that he's absolutely dreadful, neither of those are right. I think he's been a good servant to the club. I think he's had some good moments, one or two bad ones, let's not pretend. But, he won a title, he won an FA Cup, he won a League Cup,
City.
Scored against City, he won a Europa League.
Got sent off in the FA Cup.
Played over 200
Final.
games, was it? 200 games for United?
206 games.
Do you know what I mean? So let's not pretend he was a disaster because he wasn't. And I wish him well, man. I hope he has a success
Good
at
player.
Roma. And I think if he came back with Roma, I think he'd get a good reception.
Yeah.
He did try to throw away the FA Cup, though.
Was that
He just grabs our arse like, yeah, come here. Here we go again.
The domestic window shuts on the 16th of October. Don't tell me there's
We're
more
not doing a
transfers to
deadline
worry
day
about.
on the 16th of October to look at.
There may well
fucking
be more signings before then.
Derby
though.
County.
That's the only
signing
thing to
someone
bear
on
in mind.
loan.
There is a chance that someone like Ismail Assar could make a.
I don't think. I think if we were doing it, we'd want him in for the Champions League. I
Apparently,
feel-
we were looking
I
at
feel
him,
it's-
and it's because it's only loans. They wanted money. Watford were like, no, it's like 40 million, or whatever. And we were like, well, let's do a loan deal, and they were like, not.
Especially
not
if clubs think United are going to go back in for Sancho as well, and they just think, this isn't actually a loan deal where you're going to buy him, is it?
That's what it is. Everyone's like, oh, we want some money for. Dembele said the same thing. They were like, they don't mind the idea of you having him for a year and giving us a big loan fee and putting an option to buy him. But we were just like, oh no, just a year's fine. We'll be fine. Like,
I don't want to kill myself by dragging me back into this.
What if we get Sancho in a year?
No, but what if he's in January?
What if he's in January?
Couple of super chats left as well. Holly Jenkins.
You know, like us with the
so
deposit,
sad,
maybe we
feels
just need
sorry
2 months.
for Ollie. He needs players for the first 11. Ed will be on the phone. So Poch. And here we go again. Repeat. Tom Inman says, at the end of the day, hate the board, but back the boys.
Yes.
And also Matthew Sargent says, thank you for tonight, lads.
Yes.
I had you in my ears at the gym, on the car radio on the way back,
coming in
eating my
ears?
dinner, and now done at home. Appreciate it.
What a legend. I love when people do that.
Yeah, me too. Very good.
Oh, sorry. And C792 Jones says, this window equals a plaster over a bullet wound.
How perfect. That's probably the best sentence to end it on.
Yeah. Go on, Jay.
Guys.
But
It's been
transfer deadline day, hasn't it?
Transfer deadline day. Like, it's been mental this day. In terms
We have
of the
just
amount of
finished.
videos and lives we've done and sort of what we've been up to today. But as you can see from these two back to back, it's been.
I want you back. Want you back. Want you back.
That's just got us demonised.
Yo, listen,
But never
basically,
mind.
lads, ladies, non-binaries at home, what I want to say to you guys is, or girls, well, I've cancelled out everything I've already said now, but basically what I want to say to everyone at home is, next year is 2021. The year when 20 becomes 21. Don't fret, don't panic, don't stress. I once wanted Patrick Kluivert. We ended up with Dwight York. I was like, who the fuck's this guy? And then we won the treble. Trust me, it's happening. 2021's coming. It's coming. It's in a bit.
2021's coming, Jay.
2021's coming, you heard him, what Macca said. So, thanks for everyone that watched the stream. We had, I think it was over, 11,000 people watching, over 5,000 likes. Loads of people getting involved in the chat as well. Much appreciated. Don't forget as well to hit like, share and subscribe. We'll have the news in the morning, we'll have the updates as well. It doesn't all stop just because the transfer window closes. So make sure you are staying tuned to Stretford Paddock. That's been Adam McCullough just off the camera. That's been Joe Smith. I've been Jay Motti. Thanks for watching.